tired of people on both sides acting as though, like, neither of them have done anything wrong, or one of them hasn't done anything wrong. No, they've both done things that are wrong. It's just with her, we know the full story because she publicized all of it, and we don't know all the full story with him. But even best case scenario, what he did was still fucked up and negligent and stupid.
This isn't a hard puzzle to solve here, all right? I get you're not one of the Hardy Boys, but it's not that fucking difficult. Janky, she went inside. She opened the door, she went inside, she saw a penis, and she freaked out. She ran outside, panic opened her phone, and then started filming. So acting like that video was the video she took as she walked up to the house is just obviously not true. Shoot you another scenario. He's drunk on his couch when, that hot MILF next door has come a-knocking. He opens the door and lets her in, and she doesn't close it all the way behind herself. They're sitting on the couch, and one thing leads to another. He's forgotten he's ordered DoorDash. Things have heated up too fast for him now. He drops his pants around his ankles. She goes to town. But he passes out before they can finish, and she leaves disappointed. Now he's passed out on the couch with his pants down. She's disappointed, wanting to get out of there in a hurry, so she leaves and doesn't close the door all the way. And then in comes our DoorDash driver. Door ajar, man passed out with his pants down around his ankles, instructions to leave the food at the doorstep and not look inside. But could she help herself? Could she help herself? Oh no, she couldn't help herself. This is an open door. It must be an invitation. So I must peer inside. Maybe there's something, let's just say she had malicious intent. Maybe there's something inside I can get a little 5-finger discount on before I leave. Maybe I can secure my own tip. And then she looked inside, and what did she see? Just the tip. Oh no, I've seen just the tip, and it wasn't the one I bargained for. This must be intentional. Whip out my phone and film it now. That's the answer. Maybe that happened. Maybe my crazy fan theory makes more sense than any of the dumbass shit you just said. Prove it wrong. You've got just as much chance of proving my story that I just cooked up in my head that I'd say is very possible than you have of proving any of the stuff wrong you're claiming. We have the same amount of information, Danky.
What she doesn't deserve is to be completely slandered and made lies up about. And also huge assumptions about her being some kind of...
Like the huge assumptions you've made about the guy? Like the huge assumptions you've made about the people on the internet? About the sources reporting on it? About everyone but her? Yes, everyone else is wrong, Danky, and you're the only one to figure it out. Look at you! Sherlock Jabbo has figured it out, everybody. He's solved the case. We don't even need XQC for this one. What a fucking show. For those of you unaware, there's a guy named Dankyjabo. And he was part of that, I think he may be one of the last holdovers of BreadTube that's still kicking around here, it seems, and didn't immediately go destitute and beg for money. Like, he seems to be doing okay, but he's not like full BreadTube. But he got called out by another BreadTuber who dressed like a pirate for some reason. It was a hilarious drama, and I just didn't cover it on my channel because other shit happened. But anyway, I was actually on his side during that drama, but he is kind of a moron. And this one's relevant to something we covered last night, which was the DoorDash girl. She got analyzed by the lawyer. And I'm glad I learned about DoorDash girl because it seems like she is blowing up and going to become a drama topic in and of herself. She won't stop making videos. But if you can believe it or not, DoorDash girl has a stupid defender. Has a few stupid defenders out there, even though her crimes were committed on camera and she shared them willingly. And everyone's like, oh, you fucked up. Apparently not everyone's like, oh, you fucked up, because Dankyjabo has made a video in defense of her. It's 30 minutes long. Where he says that her arrest is utterly unhinged. Yes, it is utterly unhinged that we arrest someone who played Peeping Tom on someone in their own home after they passed out drunk. All because they committed the crime of forgetting to close their door before they passed out. They were on their couch and just passed out with their pants off. Forgot they ordered DoorDash, and the DoorDash driver showed up to deliver it. Her instructions were to leave the food at the door, but that door was a little ajar. Okay, it was a little cracked open, and she couldn't just follow the instructions on the paper and put put the fries on the ground, little bro, and take a picture of it and leave. No. She had to prop that door open, and she saw a penis. A floppy penis. And a passed out man. He must have wanted her to see it. That's why he left the door open. And she freaked out and filmed this and put it on social media and claimed she was the victim of sexual assault. Because she peeped into a man's living room and saw him naked in his own house. An invitation she was not given, by the way. She could have not opened that door and not seen that penis. But she didn't do that. And after posting that footage, the cops saw the footage and went, "Oh, yeah, that's a crime you just posted. Why did you go in that man's house? She went inside. You broke and entered. And yes, an unlocked or slightly open door to someone else's house, if you open it, it's still breaking and entering. At the very least, trespassing." So they arrested her for the crime that she posted on social media. She put it up on TikTok. And Dankyjabo seems to disagree with the police, and we're going to find out why. I can't possibly even predict what the defense for this moron is. But here we go. All of the white knighters and the feminists, the fucking male feminists, are going to find a way to make her the victim. So let's fucking go. Let's see how a girl who walked into an unsuspecting man's house while he was unconscious and saw his penis is the victim of him sexually assaulting her while unconscious. Because this is a landmark case. If I'm able to essay a girl while not even being conscious, I might be in trouble, dude. I have a lot of wet dreams. Okay? I don't want to accidentally essay my wife in my bed next to me. So I need to know, like, how much trouble might I be in here? Tell me, Danky, just going to call him Jabo. Tell me, Jabo.
The situation with the Doordash girl has angered me more than any other topic that I've covered on this channel. The sheer
You haven't covered a lot of topics.
ease that people online will blindly believe baseless accusations and slander is terrifying, infuriating, and needs to be called out. For everyone watching, just know that I, of course, am not going to be defending everything that the Doordash girl, aka Olivia, who I will be referring to her as in the
Please tell us what is baseless about this, because again, she posted her L's, dude.
rest of this video has done. I think we can all acknowledge, especially if you see my last video on this topic, that some grave errors were definitely made on her part. And we will be talking about those two in detail in this video, so
I did not see his last one, but I'm hoping he'll fill us in here, because I don't want to go watch another one of his videos. Like, this is it. You're a one and done kind of guy, bro. Let's hear it.
don't you worry about that. But at the same time, she is getting lambasted and slandered with so much vile, false narrative-led.
All she has to do is get offline and stop posting. This is of her own making. Does she hold no personal responsibility here?
Hive-minded fury that, once again, it just does need to be talked about. Because somehow it's...
We're a hive mind now. Holy shit, dude. Fucking hive mind.
You're boring! You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say! You are a one-hived mind twat waffle!
That's us, guys. That's us. This is what Jabo thinks about us. Jesus fucking Christ.
It's only gotten about 100 times worse since a few weeks ago. So in this video, we're going to be explaining exactly what we do know about Olivia's arrest and dissecting all of the blindly believed lies, such as Ring doorbell camera footage, for example, that despite being parroted so many times by people online, I'm sure you've heard of that rumor, is completely made up. Then we're going to look at the
Are you saying there is no... Wait, what were those? The Ring doorbell footage is evidence. It will probably be released at some point, but that Ring doorbell footage, public or not, could easily set everything straight. She admitted to opening the door. She did do that. He didn't touch her. She opened the door and filmed it. True there. He was unclothed in his own home and gave instructions to leave the food outside. Also true. That was proven by Doordash themselves. They responded, so I guess the company is lying now too, according to Jabo. Why are we victim blaming him? She took a picture of him in his own home without his consent. True. Also true. She admitted that the door was cracked and not fully open. She did that in a TikTok she deleted. We've seen it. That's also true. Lawyers have analyzed this. They don't agree with you, but I am curious how he says this is all false. Is he trying to say that the Ring doorbell wasn't recording and that the police don't have that footage? Because if they have the footage and it's an ongoing case and they just haven't released it yet, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist just because we haven't seen it, Jabo. I'm just going to call him Danky. Danky, that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist because we haven't seen it. Oh, if it exists, it would have been released by now. Right, is that where you're going with it? Is that why you think it's false? That Ring doorbell is recording. It's literally the only thing it does. It detects motion and it records. It's a Ring doorbell camera. And then it saves that to a cloud that the cops definitely accessed because it's evidence in an ongoing case. But please, correct me if I'm wrong. Steer the record straight. Show us how you know things the rest of the internet does not.
People online, I'm sure you've heard of that rumor, is completely made up. Then we're going to look at the legislation that the arrest falls under in an attempt to figure out how guilty Olivia actually is, as well as if the court case will go anywhere. And just a wee spoiler alert, by the way, it will not be 4 years like so many people are saying it'll be.
Oh, no, I mean, I don't doubt that. It's her first offense. She'll probably get house arrest or probation or a very large fine. She'll get, quote unquote, a slap on the wrist. She's not going to see any jail time from this, of course not. But she will have to pay something. It's not like she's going to get off scot-free.
P. Diddy got just over 4 years for reference. Doordash.
Yeah, okay, so he's right there. I mean, at least he's being realistic here.
Girl and P. Diddy will not be serving similar sentence time for their crimes. Don't worry.
Well, that has happened. Just because P. Diddy is a billionaire who has enough money to buy himself a shorter sentence doesn't mean a regular person who doesn't have the money to buy a shorter sentence wouldn't get the maximum. If her maximum is the same as his minimum, yeah, they could be serving the same time. It's absolutely possible. It's still possible. To act like that's not possible is disingenuous. It's unlikely, but possible.
Don't worry, I will be going into more detail when we get to that part though. And finally, I'd like to talk about some of the coverage of the situation by people online, both niche and popular, just so I can show you just how really and truly how
Grandma. When was this video put out? Did you find my coverage? A day ago? No, he didn't find mine. I'm niche. You could find mine. You could find my take on it. And my take included a lawyer's take, so you'd be getting a twofer right there.
brain-rotted and infuriating the whole thing is. So to start, let's talk about the public narrative currently for everyone who doesn't know. It's in the Ring doorbell footage that she opened the door. Ring doorbell video shows it. Where the fuck is this footage? A very good question, because everyone is...
Okay, let's see his answer to this one, because the very obvious answer to where is this footage, it's in the hands of the police during their ongoing investigation, and they alone can decide when to release that footage to the public.
Saying that there's Ring doorbell footage. I mean, even in the comments of this random TikTok, there are hundreds of these TikToks, both in defense and against Olivia. Again, we'll get into all that later, but just to show you what the public is saying, let's have a look at these comments, right? They're fucking ridiculous. I got you. Just search door...
I mean, yeah, it's the comment section on a YouTube video or Twitter. I don't doubt that there are some fucking ridiculous comments here, but ridiculous or not, the underlying question of where is the footage is what you need to answer. And the very obvious answer to that is in the hands of the police during an ongoing investigation. Now, I'm sure some of them have some wild takes on what to do with that footage once it comes out and what's in the footage. Now that might all be ridiculous. But the people saying it exists aren't being ridiculous. That's obvious.
Doordash opening video. Lots of videos will have proof that she said she opened the door, deleted the video because of TikTok, and posted saying wide open. Completely fucking false. And this has
How? How is that false? How do you know this?
536 likes. It's the...
Cool. Tell us how you know it's false. You're the one accusing him of lying, so prove him wrong.
top comment on this video. 1.
Burden of proof rests on the accuser. You're accusing him of lying, so explain how you know something he does not.
He didn't touch her. No one said he did. 2. She opened the door and filmed him.
How do you SA someone without touching them? It's in the name, Janky. Dankyjabo. Janky's funnier. Look, it's in the name. Assault requires contact. So how did he assault her if he didn't touch her? Requires some form of contact. Now, battery is, like if you actually hit them and you've done damage. But, assault, it doesn't have to be physical contact to the person, but he had to touch something. He can touch the clothing. He doesn't have to make physical contact with her specifically, but he has to Make the attempt at physical contact, at the very least. Do I have to look up the definition of assault so you know what that word means? Could you at least have Googled that yourself before doing this?
She didn't open the door. There's no fucking proof of that. It's all made up.
She admitted it herself. She said it with her mouth hole in a video she then realized was stupid and deleted. It's too late. You can't delete that shit from the internet. We've all seen it. I mean, you're not going to show that footage here because it disproves you, but yeah, she admitted she opened the door. She said that herself. We saw it in the video the lawyer went over yesterday.
Up. Just saw a TikTok. The Doordash girl has a history of breaking and entering. Again, for the record, this is all, like, these are all the top comments here. I'm not scrolling down to find these. It's all just a bunch of...
Breaking and entering's a legal term. It doesn't necessarily require that you break anything before you enter. All right, so that's a big one there. If you open an unlocked door to enter a house without permission, that is still legally breaking and entering. That's still what that would fall under. Damn it.
Complete fucking bullshit. Hello? She came into his house. No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. She admitted she walked in. Also a thing she admitted in the video that you're just pretending doesn't exist now, I guess.
She didn't go into his house. We have the fucking video. She did open the door, though.
You have one video. We're talking about the videos of her recounting the incident that she did over and over again on TikTok. And the video you have, obviously, was taken after she went in and then went back out. She went in, she looked, she saw the penis, she went back outside, left the door open when she went outside, and then started filming. And then filmed an open door with a guy's penis that she also then posted online without his permission, which would be revenge porn. So she also did that one too. This isn't a hard puzzle to solve here. All right, I get you're not one of the Hardy Boys, but it's not that fucking difficult. Janky, she went inside. She opened the door. She went inside. She saw a penis and she freaked out. She ran outside, panic opened her phone, and then started filming. So acting like that video was the video she took as she walked up to the house is just obviously not true. Oh my God. Guys, he didn't commit a hit and run because he escaped in his car, not on foot. You're right. He wasn't running. He was driving. Checkmate, atheist. What the fuck is this logic, dude? This is like... I would call this childlike logic, but even my 10-year-old wouldn't make this mistake. Even my 10-year-old could solve this puzzle.
Though, how the fuck do you know? You're making it up. You're an idiot. I'm sorry. Everyone's saying this.
And this fucking being confidently wrong is what makes me want to make fun of you so fucking hard. Because you are just like screaming at other people that they're idiots and stuff. And you are so loud, confident, and absolutely fucking wrong. You are the prime target to just... Keep going. Keep going, dipshit. Keep going.
You're actual fucking idiots. You should not be on the internet. You're too dumb and naive for it. The only reason...
Prove them wrong. It sounds like it would be very easy to do. So do it. Put your money where your loud, wrong mouth is.
The reason you believe it is because you've read a bunch of TikTok comments saying it and not...
No, I believe it because she said it with her mouth hole. I saw that happen.
Looked into it at all. Because if you did...
Danky, if you watch this, debate me, dipshit. Come on my stream. Debate me, bro. Oh my God. This is the easiest fucking W of my life. Bring it.
You would...
I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. I shouldn't be on the internet. Here's your chance to debate me off of it. Should be easy, right? Bring it, dipshit.
Immediately come to find that none of what you're saying is fucking true. I thought we had left my dog ate the homework excuse back in like 2012. Why is it being used?
Oh man, the shit talking is just going so hard with no evidence to back it up. Oh my God. Please come on my stream and debate. Please. I'll have receipts ready. I suggest you bring some of your own.
Now it's like, oh, there's footage of her opening the door. Okay, show me the footage. Oh, I can't find it. It's all gone. Fuck you.
I can. Well, maybe not footage of her opening it, but I can find you the footage of her admitting she opened it. You're right. The footage of her. I will back up because I'm not gonna talk shit off the cuff like you're doing. I'm gonna put some thought behind my words because I'm not a moron. You're right. You might be right. I'll rephrase that. You might be. Neither of us really know for sure. Let's be honest here. Neither of us know for sure. But you might be right. The cops might have that footage, and it'll be released later. Or it might not exist. We don't know. What I do know is that she did open the door and admit to it in a video. We might not have a video of her opening the door herself, but there is a video I can point to of her admitting she opened it, and then admitting that she entered the home. I can find those videos. Those existed. Now, she deleted them off of TikTok. But they did exist, which means they're still on the internet. I can find those. They're in my reaction stream from last night where a lawyer found them and looked at them. So let's not pretend like they aren't real. But you're right. All the only evidence that anyone has right now for certain that she opened the door was her admitting she did it. There's not a video of her opening it because she opened the door. What is he using to can do that much damage to me that fast? Okay, well, he's dead now. I don't care. Okay. There is no video of her opening the door because if we're going by my theory on what I think happened, she wasn't filming when she opened it. I think she opened it, saw the penis, and then started filming. I think she freaked out. I'm going to die. I think she freaked out because she saw a penis and then started filming. Doesn't mean she didn't open the door, but you're right. It means that there's probably not a video of it.
Ew. Genuinely, go fuck yourself. You suck.
I mean, I'll do that when... No, I won't do that when I get done streaming. I'll get my wife to do it.
And just to be clear here, I am not defending Olivia in every aspect of this case. She uploaded...
Damn sure sounds like it. What part are you not defending her in? Jesus, this fucking male feminist white knight bullshit pisses me off so fucking much, dude. I hate dudes like this so much. Just blind defense. Just jump to her. She's not gonna fuck you, bro. All right, back off. Jesus, use your brain. Yeah, you're not using your brain.
A naked man's body to TikTok where millions of children have now seen it without that guy's consent.
Okay, so you admitted that what she did was revenge porn on a platform where minors are. Arguably something way worse than a guy being naked in his own home where only one person might see it. So seems like she may have done the greater of two crimes here. So why are we still defending her?
No less. I still stand by my initial point that uploading the video to TikTok is the biggest mistake here. But let's not kid ourselves. She didn't do it.
Not mistake. Crime. It is a crime. That's not just a mistake, Danky. That is a crime she has committed. And yes, it is the greater of the two crimes. I use quotation marks because I don't believe his was a crime. I don't think it's a crime to be naked in your own home and forget to close your door all the way.
For like any malicious intent. She did it because she genuinely felt violated and believed that
whatever the intent of showing nudes to potential minors is irrelevant. Okay, you can't show nudes to a minor or a platform where minors might be and be like, I just wanted medical advice on this lump I've got. And the cops be like, oh, well, okay. That's not how that works, Danky. It's a crime. And if minors saw it, it's a crime that should put her on a fucking list.
She had been SA'd. And another thing people are forgetting, the bloke's intent, whilst it matters legally, it doesn't matter in terms of the effect it had on Olivia. Whether or not he meant...
Yes! It does! How could he have possibly known that A, the DoorDasher who was instructed to leave the food at the door would open that door, even if I want to give you grace and say she didn't enter, even if I want to say she didn't open it, how would he know that that DoorDasher who didn't follow the instructions of leaving the food at the door would peek through the crack and see him naked on his couch? How would he know that? And then B, how would he then know that that would traumatize an adult? What adult hasn't seen a naked person before? You're a fucking moron.
To flash her or not, he still flashed her, and that shit can be traumatizing.
That's not what flashing is. That's not what flashing is. Flashing is an intentional act. You can't prove that that was intentional. At worst, you could say it was indecent exposure. Like if I had to give it a legal term and say he did something wrong, it's indecent exposure. He didn't intend for anyone to see it. This is the equivalent of whipping your dick out to take a piss down an alley when there's no one around and then someone walking by. You couldn't have known someone was going to walk by. You didn't intentionally show them your penis. You were just trying to take a piss, but someone saw it. It's indecent exposure, not flashing. Does your Google machine not work? Can you not Google what these terms means before you make a video blindly defending a potential sex offender? Because she did show the nudes of a stranger to children.
No one deserves to see someone's genitals without consenting to it. You know, let's pick apart both legal and moral things here. Like put them aside, because legally and morally are two different things.
Okay. Let's hear his takes on this. I'm gonna need a minute. Because he's about to say, quite possibly, the two dumbest takes back to back the internet's probably ever heard. Okay, here we go.
Legally, he's probably in the clear because he was in his own private domicile. Morally,
Okay. He was honest with the first take. Not the dumbest one. Cool. Continue.
Let's be real. There is no reasonable expectation of privacy. He was disrobed in the living...
I'm sorry, what? If there is no reasonable expectation of privacy in my own home, then where is there one, sir? Answer me that one. Oh, he was alone? How do you know? I need you to prove to me right now. I hope you see this and I hope you respond. I doubt you'll fucking debate me, but I hope you see this and I hope you respond, because I need you to now prove to me that he left that door open intentionally. You say he was alone? How do you know that he does not have a pet? You could say there was another person there, which A, we don't know for sure. There were many rooms in that house. We only got to see one of them. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say he was alone in that house. How do you know he doesn't have a pet? How do you know his dog didn't get out? Push the door open with his head? Here's another one. Oh, well, he should have closed the door all the way. Okay, cool. Here's one that's going to blow your mind. My cat can open closed doors. It knows how to use the door handle. I'm not making that up. That shit blew my mind. I tried to put the cat in my daughter's room to sleep with her that night and to keep him from getting in the trash and shit. I was like, okay, well, you can go sleep in my daughter's room. I closed him up in there. He got out multiple nights in a row. We filmed it because I thought my daughter was letting him out. So we put a camera in there to film it. And we put the camera at the door, and sure enough, that cat jumped and hanged on the doorknob and swung left and right until the door opened. So how do you know for 100% certainty that he was the one that left that door ajar? I need you to prove that before you can make this claim.
Living room with all the lights turned on, the door wide open, with a Doordash delivery on the way.
So you are setting the stage for a man who passed out drunk. What other reason would someone have, other than malicious intent, what other reason could someone have to fall asleep with their pants off, on their couch in their own living room with all of the lights on, and not check to see that their door was closed? If it wasn't malicious, what else could it have been, Danky? Maybe he had one a little too many brewskis? He sat down on the couch and passed out and forgot he ordered Doordash? In no world of yours does that make sense? So stupid, bro.
The house is also a duplex, which we now know, so anyone could have left or entered, like, at any time. And even...
So by your own admission, you don't know that he left it open on purpose. Anyone could have come and gone and forgot to close his door. Maybe a neighbor. Maybe the neighbor he was banging, which is why his pants are down. Maybe a maintenance worker. Who the fuck knows? But you can't say for sure it was him. Cool. So he's already disproven himself in this video.
And if he didn't intend to flash her, what the fuck are you doing as a grown-ass man getting so drunk that you are passed out on your couch naked when there is a Doordash delivery on the way?
I can tell by your accent you're not from America, son. I can tell you what that man was doing. The same thing every red-blooded American in this country was doing. Enjoying their goddamn freedom. If I want to get drunk in my house for absolutely no reason whatsoever and order Doordash, I can. I don't know what the laws are like in your country, but I'm not required to wear pants or remain sober when I order Doordash in mine.
At worst, it wasn't intentional flashing, and at best, you are a grossly irresponsible fucking idiot. Anyway, let's have a look.
Okay, sure, fine. You know what? I'll grant you that. He is a grossly irresponsible idiot. What part of that is malicious or illegal? It's not against the law to be stupid. It's not against the law to be irresponsible in your own house. I mean, if we're talking about drinking responsibly, he did that. He didn't drive. That's all that means. It's a grossly irresponsible idiot. What part of that is morally wrong? Is it morally wrong to be stupid? Wow. Sounds like you're being ableist, friend.
Look at some of the evidence that this Ring doorbell camera footage exists, shall we? So the page that most people are citing is this New York Post article.
Okay, so the New York Post is lying. He's going to prove the New York Post wrong now. Let's read this real quick. New York DoorDash driver arrested after sharing video of naked customer passed out in his own home. An upstate New York DoorDash delivery driver, that is a fucking tongue twister, DoorDash delivery driver has been busted on felony charges after filming a half-naked customer passed out drunk on his own couch, which she later claimed was a form of SA. I'm not going to read her full name. She amassed millions of views. By the way, if they really wanted to, each individual count of those views could be one charge of revenge porn. You know, one count. If we're going to count the number of times she committed this, because that's the number of people that viewed it. I believe they could do that. Don't quote me on that. But that's not going to happen. I'm just saying, millions is a lot of people seeing you naked when you didn't want them to. When you didn't consent to that. It's funny how we're on the argument of consent when it comes to women, but when it comes to men, you just don't give a fuck. All right, after posting several videos on her TikTok account, including one showing a man with his pants and underwear around his ankles. Yeah, I mean, the pants and underwear around the ankles could mean a number of different things. I don't think it shows intention that he was trying to show it to him, because I'm predicting his next argument. If he was just walking around the house with his pants off, why were his pants and underwear around his ankles? Okay. I'll throw you a few scenarios as to why that might happen. One, you're drunk in your own home, and you get a little case of the bubble guts. You've ordered DoorDash because you're hungry, but now you got the bubble guts. So you run to the bathroom, take a shit, and you're looking around the bathroom. It's happened to all of us. Don't pretend like it hasn't. You're sitting on the toilet. You're taking a shit. And then you look around the bathroom and realize, oh, fuck. Ain't no TP in here. Ain't got no goddamn toilet paper. So you get up. You're home alone. Why not? So you get up, stanky ass and all, and start walking around the house with your pants around your ankles, going to go get some toilet paper from wherever you keep it. Maybe he kept it in a pantry near the kitchen, and he didn't quite make it all the way to the kitchen. He was drunk, started feeling woozy, passed out on the couch. Didn't think to pull his pants up. He was on his way to get some toilet paper, to wipe his stanky ass, and just passed out, didn't make it. Or B, you were sitting on that couch. And I'm leaning more towards B, actually, because you mentioned it was a duplex. Okay? So you don't know who could have come and gone. I'll shoot you another scenario. He's drunk on his couch when, that hot MILF next door has come a-knocking. He opens the door and lets her in, and she doesn't close it all the way behind herself. They're sitting on the couch, and one thing leads to another. He's forgotten he's ordered DoorDash. Things have heated up too fast for him now. And he drops his pants around his ankles. She goes to town. But he passes out before they can finish, and she leaves disappointed. Now he's passed out on the couch with his pants down. She's disappointed, wanting to get out of there in a hurry, so she leaves and doesn't close the door all the way. And then in comes our DoorDash driver. Door ajar, man passed out with his pants down around his ankles, instructions to leave the food at the doorstep and not look inside. But could she help herself? Could she help herself? Oh no, she couldn't help herself. This is an open door. It must be an invitation. So I must peer inside. Maybe there's something. Oh, let's just say she had malicious intent. Maybe there's something inside I can get a little 5-finger discount on before I leave. Maybe I can secure my own tip. And then she looked inside, and what did she see? Just the tip. Oh no, I've seen just the tip, and it wasn't the one I bargained for. This must be intentional. Whip out my phone and film it now. That's the answer. Maybe that happened. Maybe my crazy fan theory makes more sense than any of the dumbass shit you just said. Prove it wrong. You've got just as much chance of proving my story that I just cooked up in my head that I'd say is very possible than you have of proving any of the stuff wrong you're claiming. We have the same amount of information, Danky. So who wins? I always make sure there's TP. I'll never be caught slacking. Well, the good news is once you get married, you can just yell at your wife to get it. Because it's easy to do that when you live alone, but when you live with a family, dude, I cannot count the number of times I've gone to the bathroom and my kids have used all the TP and didn't tell somebody, and I had to go in a hurry and I didn't look first. Happens all the time. Probably happens to everybody. But then I just yell at my wife to bring me some TP. So, Anyway, all right, back to his absolutely insane defense of this revenge porn predator.
DoorDash driver arrested after sharing video of naked customer.
Okay, so he's going to read it to us, but he's going to do it in an angry voice because it must be wrong. I totally forgot the character I'm making a fucking loadout for now. Oh, it's a weird anime chick. One I'm probably going to end up replacing anyway. Okay, anyway, here we go.
Passed out in his own home. I'm just going to skip to the Ring doorbell bit. You can read this fucking article if you want in your own time. However, Ring camera footage.
Oh, okay. So we're just going to skip to the part that I can use here. All right, read this part. Hold on, I'm going to read the whole thing because you're only highlighting just the first sentence. And everyone knows you never read just the first sentence of an article. However, Ring doorbell footage appears to show that she let herself into the man's home, and police have said there is no indication she was encouraged to go in, let alone film. Her own video, this is the very next line he's not going to mention, her own video indicates that the male was incapacitated and unconscious on his couch due to alcohol consumption, the police said in a statement. The DoorDash driver subsequently posted the video to social media, where it drew significant attention, the police said, confirming that the DoorDash driver has made claims of being SA'd. She also accused DoorDash of deactivating her account for no reason. DoorDash then made a statement, I guarantee you he's not going to go over. The delivery service, however, made clear it had no sorry, it's hard to read because you got it dimmed. It made clear that it had no choice given the videos that she shared, reasonable, while stressing it fully supports workers from sharing issues they feel make them unsafe. I do DoorDash. To make some extra money, especially around Christmas time here. There is a way to do this. Posting it to social media is not the answer. Now, you can keep a copy of the video and post it if DoorDash... So the proper way to handle this... I'm not saying never post it to social media. Well, not if it involves a naked person, but if something bad happened to you, something that made you uncomfortable while you're door dashing, and you want to post it to social media, there is a process you have to follow first. So there's a button on DoorDash that you press to instantly get access to a DoorDash representative in the event that something's wrong. And there's even an emergency button that if something is happening right then and there, it'll bypass the DoorDash representative and just call 911 for you. There's like a one-button 911 fucking button in Doordash if it's an emergency. If it's not an emergency, press the other button, and it'll get you to a Doordash representative, and you can tell them, hey, this neighborhood's a little shady, something's making me uncomfortable, there's a guy following me, whatever the case may be. If DoorDash doesn't get you the resolution you want and can't help you, and they, treat you poorly, then you post the video to social media to put them on blast. You don't skip that step and go straight to social media, specifically when you have a video of someone nude. Just saying. Now, all of that we just read, he will not go over. He is only focused on whether or not the Ring footage even exists. Now, I've never seen a Ring doorbell camera that wasn't recording. Hey, but maybe his is special.
Footage appears to show Henderson let herself into the man's house, and police have said there is no indication she was encouraged to go in, let alone film. Right. Okay. Let's be clear here. This is a bunch of bullshit from the New York Post, who are not...
Are you accusing the police of lying? They're quoting the cops, dude.
Credible news site by any means. Let's be really fucking clear here. They say that the police have said there is no indication she was encouraged to go in. The police didn't say anything about the Ring camera footage. They just brought that up completely separate from everything else. The only way they would know that for fact is if the police fucking told them. The New York Post have...
How do you determine that that means they don't have the Ring cam footage? I'm sure they have it and they've reviewed it and they see no indication of her going in. Now, they're choosing their words carefully because they don't want to reveal too much. Again, it is an ongoing investigation. But you can't determine, if I'm being super charitable, you can't determine from the police statement whether or not they have footage. You don't know. You don't know. I'd say it's highly likely they do, so I can see why that article came to this conclusion. But if I'm being charitable and say, well, the cops didn't specifically mention Ring doorbell camera footage, so maybe they don't have it, that also means maybe they do. It's a maybe. You don't know.
I've not interacted with any police officers who are part of this case. And they were sneaky about this. They used the word appears very intentionally there.
The footage appears to yeah, that's not being sneaky. That's how they always type this. Even if they release footage and you look at it, journalists have rules. Again, I don't know how things work for you Britbongers, but here in the States, they have to be very careful with their wording. I know you know this, because you've seen every YouTuber who even has a video of someone doing stuff still going, allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. They can't make a definitive statement during an ongoing case because every American citizen is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So if anyone makes a statement definitively saying they're guilty before the courts have proven that, they can be sued for defamation. So the reason they use the term appears here is to legally cover their ass. We all know what that means. We all know that means, yeah, that's what's in the video. But they're not going to definitively say it just in case this, this chick gets off or something is, she wins her case and they've called her guilty, but she somehow got an innocent verdict because juries sometimes do that, then she could sue them. They're just avoiding a lawsuit, man. You were reading way too deep into that. That appears is doing a lot of heavy lifting in your theory here.
Ring camera footage appears to show Henderson let herself into the man. They use appears because what they're actually doing here is referencing the thousands of TikTok comments saying that Ring...
No, they just don't want to get sued. That's all they're doing. It has nothing to do with TikTok. I can use your own logic against you right there. Just like the cops didn't mention Ring doorbell footage, they didn't mention TikTok commenters. So, why aren't we using our own logic here, Danky? Why are you jumping to conclusions now?
Ring camera footage exists. They do not have any actual evidence that it exists. That's why when you look at any, credible news article or credible...
I would argue that maybe they do have evidence that exists. I would argue that maybe they've even seen it. Maybe the cop showed it to them, or at the very least described it to them. But because of the fact that it's evidence, they're not allowed to comment on it. They're not allowed to show that footage. They're not allowed to bring it to the public yet. They know it exists so they can write their article, but they're not allowed to, show the footage yet or even confirm or deny that it exists because ongoing investigation, lawsuit, we went over this.
News website, they don't say anything about the Ring doorbell camera footage because it doesn't fucking exist. But that one...
Wow, you are jumping to a lot of conclusions in your video getting mad at other people for jumping to conclusions. Fuck this dude.
Article has led to so much bullshit because you get people citing shit like this one, for example. Look at this. Claims that his door was wide open when multiple sources have said that she opened the door, and they link 2 sources to
Click on them for us, dude. Let's see them.
the door being wide open. Well, I mean, that is incredible.
Are you going to click on those sources? Are you going to show them to us and disprove it? What are the sources, man? Oh, okay, I don't get to see your full web browser, so I don't know what Reddit thread this is, but, okay.
She opened the door, and they link 2 sources to the door being wide open. Well, I mean, that is incredible. We only saw one. We should check some other ones, right? Oh, this one's from The Independent. Let's have a look.
Oh, okay, so we're not going to click on either of those 2. You're going to show that 2 sources were referenced, but not show us either of them. Cool. Okay, you disingenuous fuck. It's very clear that you know you're wrong, and this is all just... Are you trying to get in her pants or something? Like, this isn't even a clout chase. The bitch ain't famous. I don't understand why you're doing this. Did you find her that attractive? I think she might be a lesbian. I don't think you're her type.
What The Independent has to say, a UK newspaper. Ring camera footage taken from the home.
But hey, maybe she gets wet for jerry curls, so, that might... maybe that's her thing. Maybe that fucking 70s jerry curl is really gonna fucking do it for her,
This one's from The Independent. Let's have a look at what The Independent has to say, a UK newspaper. Ring camera footage.
Why are we looking at UK newspapers about an American case that focuses on American law? So you're gonna look at the one that maybe backs you up? No, but sure. Let's see how The Independent.
Footage taken from the home reportedly shows her opening the man's door on her own. Oh, well, I guess according to the New York Post. You fucking idiot. You don't...
Yeah, they're a UK newspaper. They don't live here. All the information they're going to get from here is going to come from American news sources. And unlike you, they're citing their sources. You didn't click on either of those other 2 sources. This is just journalism 101, dipshit. And of course they're going to say reportedly because guess what? They also don't want to get sued. This is just normal journalism language.
Don't know anything about anything. You have linked 2 sources, but the second source is just the first source again. This is what I mean.
You didn't click on either of those 2 sources. How am I supposed to believe that's what those 2 sources were? You didn't click on them. You didn't show that. Show yourself clicking on them. I don't believe you. I'm just going to be straight up, Danky. I don't believe you. I don't believe that's what those 2 links led to. I don't believe those were the 2 sources cited. I don't believe that first source was the New York Post. And I don't believe the second source was an article sourcing the New York Post. You didn't click on either of those 2 links. This feels intentional, and it feels like you're misleading. You also didn't tell us what Reddit thread you were reading, how we can find this information for ourselves. But you know what? Benefit of the doubt, I'm going to do what you won't do and give you that benefit of the doubt. I'm going to check your description right now and see, did you link to any of these sources in the description? Maybe I could just click on them myself. Let's have a look. Oh, you put 3 chapter fucking timestamps, your socials, and that's it. So no, you didn't link your sources either, dipshit. Fuck this guy. Why does he kind of give Bo Black's energy? He's so worked up and so pissed off because the poor white woman might be in danger. I fucking hate dudes like this. You are taking simping to a whole new level. Oh my God. Where the fuck are your testicles? Talk about low T energy.
This is why I fucking despise the internet. Everyone is so dumb.
Then get off of it. Log the fuck off, dipshit. No one's forcing you to be here.
Everyone is so dumb and out to fucking...
You're clearly becoming paranoid. You're terminally online. You've been here too long. Go touch grass. Log off, Danky.
get people for nothing. You can criticize Olivia Henderson for the genuine crimes that she did commit, for showing a man's naked.
Are we about to downplay revenge porn on a platform mostly populated by minors? Get off the internet, Danky.
Body to millions of children online. That's
Okay.
fucked up. She deserves.
That's it? That's all you got to say about that? That's fucked up? We're yelling about a guy who maybe, possibly, we don't know, showed his penis to one adult female and acting like it's the end of the goddamn world, but we're not more upset at the female purposefully showing that video on a platform populated by mostly minors? What? I can't right now. I am losing it. I am losing it.
Deserves to have her Doordash
I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out if he keeps up.
job removed from her. She doesn't deserve to get paid from those videos, which she clearly wanted because she was.
She doesn't. What? Oh, she doesn't deserve to get paid from the video. She deserves to be on a goddamn list, and not within 500 feet of a school, or a child, or you. I'd say another human being in general. Let's just put this bitch on house arrest.
Was begging for it. What she doesn't deserve is to be completely slandered and made lies up about. And you'll say,
Great. I'll agree. She doesn't deserve that. And so far, that's not what's happened. So, cool.
no huge assumptions about her being some kind of.
Like the huge assumptions you've made about the guy? Like the huge assumptions you've made about the people on the internet? About the sources reporting on it? About everyone but her? Yes, everyone else is wrong, Danky, and you're the only one to figure it out. Look at you. Sherlock Jabbo has figured it out, everybody. He's solved the case. We don't even need XQC for this one. What a fucking chode.
A fucking attention seeker who planned this whole thing out, who saw the bloke naked, wasn't genuinely traumatized, wasn't genuinely hurt by the situation.
No, she wasn't. She's an adult female. I'm sure she's seen a penis before. The penis she saw, even if I'm being like super generous, the penis in question she saw wasn't even threatening. It wasn't even aware of the fact that she was looking at it. It was unconscious. What is fucking traumatizing about seeing an unconscious dick? I'd argue by accident, but even if I say it's intentional, fuck off. This is the IRL equivalent of getting sent an unsolicited dick pic. Are unsolicited dick pics traumatizing now, Danky? Is this the kind of girl who could open her phone after a Tinder match and get traumatized because there was a dick on it? Go fuck yourself.
Situation, but just saw it as a wee opportunity to get some clicks or some follows to her page.
Yes, that's exactly what she did.
You don't fucking know that. You
I have way more evidence to prove that than you do the opposite.
don't fucking know her.
And you don't either.
Having a traditionally female name on Doordash for years has led to pretty creepy results a lot of the time.
Wait a minute. What is a tradition? Wait a minute, because these are your rules, and I'm going to use them against you, dipshit. Wait a minute. What do you mean, traditionally female name? I thought gender was a construct, Danky. Huh? I thought anybody can be anything. How do I know? How do I know that Olivia on Doordash is a natural-born, traditional female and not a trans girl? How do I know she doesn't have a dick like mine? Danky? I thought we weren't supposed to judge people by their names and their genders. And yet here we go. When it suits our needs, we can use that argument, huh? Fuck off.
How can you blame a woman for delivering something to a house, the door being wide open, someone naked on their couch with the lights on in a fucking duplex, and genuinely believe that they're like delusional for thinking that it might have been intentional? And that is—
Oh, like this. Here, it's very easy. As a fellow DoorDasher, I can tell you how I can come to that conclusion. It's real easy. She picks up her phone and she looks at it, and it says you've arrived at the location. And she presses the button that says arrived at location, and then a screen pops up with her instructions. And all she has to do is follow those instructions. She walks up to the door. The instructions say, leave the food at the door. So she puts it on the doormat. Notices the door is a little ajar. All she would do would be the same thing I've done when that same thing's happened, by the way. I've been up to doors that weren't fully closed. You know what I did? I put the fries on the ground, little bro. And I said, that's weird. And then I took 2 steps back, took a picture of it, pressed complete delivery, and went on my merry fucking way. Collected my tip, and on I went. Yeah, that's how I can come to that conclusion, Danky. It's very simple. All she had to do was her fucking job.
Is not me saying that it was for sure intentional, by the way. The main issue here is that you cannot
even if I want to say it's intentional, that when I'm door dashing, I see a door propped open, even if it's intentional, that's not an invitation for me to open it or go in. If I say, oh, well, maybe they left the door open. There's 100 reasons someone could leave their door cracked open. Again, maybe they have a pet and they don't have a doggy door and they want the dog that they've let roam out in the fucking yard to be able to come back in the house when he's ready. So they leave the door cracked open just a little bit so he can push his way in. Maybe their AC's broken and they want a draft to come through the house. Maybe there's a smell in there. Maybe they just cooked and they're trying to air the place out. It got a little smoky. There's a lot of reasons that door might be intentionally left open, none of which have anything to do with me.
prove without a shadow of a doubt whether it was intentional or not, which means in court, there is reasonable doubt. A lot of people have been saying,
no, there's not. There's no reasonable doubt. The reason the door is left open, let me tell you how American court works since you don't know. The reason the door is cracked open is irrelevant. Without an explicit invitation, she shouldn't even open that door, more or less enter. And she definitely shouldn't be filming inside someone else's house.
saying that realistically what she should have done is just taken the video and kept it to herself and not posted it online.
She shouldn't have taken the video. Realistic, what she should have done is take a picture of the food on the doormat and walk the fuck away.
And, you know, kept it for evidence, but, I mean, that is also illegal. You can't record someone naked in their own home.
Right, which is exactly why she should have taken a picture of the food on the doormat and walked the fuck away. How are you still defending this? It's very clear you know that's the conclusion, dude. This feels so forced now, I am gonna crash out.
Like that. So it is complicated. Like, it is genuinely complicated, and I'm
Nope, it's very simple. The instructions say, leave the food at the door. A child could follow those instructions. It's not hard.
tired of people acting as though it's not complicated at all. And as much as
I'm not acting, I'm being honest. I want you to come and debate me and explain to me why it's complicated. Because I can make it simple for you, and I can keep it simple. The instructions say leave the food at the door. As a DoorDash driver, your one job, and one job only, is to follow the instructions of the delivery. You want to tell me what part of that I'm missing and became complicated for you? I really need you to explain that to me, because I just don't get it, I guess.
Because there are definitely people on Olivia's side who are just refusing to acknowledge that she has done anything wrong. The people on the other end...
Yeah, and those people are horrible. But you, I would argue, are more horrible. I would argue what you're doing is more horrible. Because you are on her side, acknowledging the horrible thing she's done, and then still defending her. The people who won't acknowledge she's done something wrong at least get the benefit of the doubt of going, maybe they don't know how bad it is. You clearly know how bad what she did is, and you're still defending her, which I would argue makes you worse than them.
End of that spectrum are, like, worse, in my opinion. At least the people
No, you're worse.
defending Olivia aren't making shit up. They just have a different opinion. But I cannot make it any clearer to you guys. The only information we have about this situation directly...
You made shit up. You said definitively that the cops don't have that camera. You called everybody else a liar and said they don't have Ring camera footage. You don't fucking know that. You just made that up.
Is the initial video that Olivia posted and that we've all seen, where the door was...
What about the 3 she deleted? And the ones that were on the accounts that got banned because she had to keep making new accounts, remember? Oh, maybe you don't know that part. You know what? I am happy to fill you in on all the gaps of the things you don't know. I guess they weren't in the one article you looked at.
Was wide open, she says it was wide open, and there was nothing before that claiming otherwise.
Yes, there was. There were 3 videos on 3 separate TikTok accounts, all of which got banned, which is why they were deleted.
The story has stayed the same from the very fucking...
What are the comments like on this? What are the comments like on this? I gotta see right now. I gotta look right now. When you select leave it at the door on Doordash, the dasher literally needs to take a pic of your doorway. I've done Doordash. Oh, this is someone who's going to have his side. I've done Doordash, and if you try to mostly point it at the ground, it will ask you to redo it. That's false. I'm straight up taking a picture of my foot by accident, and it took it. I said, what are you on about? Doordash. You can also just not take a photo. You can just lie and say you handed it to the customer when you didn't. You could just press that button. I've done that sometimes too when I just like, yeah, fuck, I just didn't feel like taking a picture. Or I just couldn't get the fucking picture to take. It was too dark and my flash wasn't bright enough and DoorDash kept refusing the picture. Then I just went hand to customer. You know, yeah, like DoorDash will let you not take a picture if you don't want to. It'll tell you to do that. It'll let you be like having trouble taking the picture. And then you can just report that you had trouble taking the picture. You can just do that. All right, fuck this person. What else? This is why I don't use TikTok. Everyone will believe anything they're told and make drama over absolutely nothing. She has federal charges, bro. This is clearly something. Thank you for being so angry about this. I generally have... Is he deleting comments? The misinformation with this case is rampant, unlike anything I've ever seen. Oh my God. They're all like this. Also, Janky, in America, when people say you're facing a certain amount of time, just means that's the maximum you can face. Doesn't mean that's what you're getting. Just want to mention this. Nobody is saying she's guilty. They're just saying that she's facing time if she gets max punishment. True. Okay, that one's... I mean, not addressing any of the actual stuff. The entire situation has rage baited me hard. She's definitely in the wrong, but people are literally making her out to be an awful criminal. What misinformation? She posted the video of a naked dude. That much we know. That's all you need to know. Okay. All right. These people are fucking brain rotten, dude. They aren't worthy of conversation. But Danky I'll talk to. Just because proving you wrong in a video will be fucking hilarious. And I know I can do it.
Beginning.
He's gonna show the video! Also, door's not wide open there. It just looks cracked open. But she shouldn't be filming this. And that does not look like a dude who's purposefully trying to be seen by someone at their door.
First of all, it's a fucking pull door. It's not even a push door. So for everyone saying she pushed... Oh my...
What are you on about? Hold on. Oh, did I go back too far?
Nothing before that claiming otherwise. Her story has stayed...
Wait.
From the very fucking beginning.
I need to see the... That door opens on the inside. That door opens on the inside. Look. You can see the strip next to the latch where it opens onto the inside. The door's open inside. Is that what you mean by pull door, not push door? Yeah, he would have to pull it from the inside, but she would have to push it from the outside. That's what they mean. She pushed it open, Danky. It's very clear from this picture that's how it opens. Whose front door to their house opens to the outside world? I don't know any homes that function like that.
First of all, it's a fucking pull door. It's not even a push door. So but everyone's saying she
All doors are push or pull depending on what side of it you're standing on. I don't know what he means by this. Are you going from his perspective or hers?
Oh my goodness. For everyone saying she pushed it open, fuck you even more.
Oh, yeah, from her perspective. Yes, that is exactly what happened. You can see it clear as day in that video. I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know how doors work in the UK or Britain or wherever the hell you're from. But yeah, that latch with the strip going towards the inside means it opens towards the inside. So from her perspective, being outside, she would have to push it open. That's what that means. Is it opposite day in Britain? Like do doors work weird over there? I don't understand.
You can't even push the bastard doorman. You are all
Yes, she can. Clear as day she can.
so goddamn stupid that it's unbelievable. Everyone's saying that there's Ring camera footage.
Oh, please see my video. Please. You don't even have to debate me. Just prove my video wrong. You can react to it all you want. It's okay. I'm on sue. I give you full permission. Just do it.
I don't see a Ring
And I want you to address points with evidence, not just scream at the camera and crash out like a dude who really, really wants the pretty girl's attention.
camera anywhere. I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, Ring
It's not pretty, by the way.
cameras, they have a look to them, right? They actually are there. They're not fucking invisible. And there's nothing there. So
Okay. Now he's claiming this guy doesn't have a Ring door camera at all. Where's this video?
and there was nothing before that claiming otherwise. Her story has stayed the same from the very First of all, it's a fucking
I can't tell.
claiming otherwise. Her story has stayed the same from the very fucking beginning.
Hold on. We're gonna change the speed of this. 0.25. And see if I can see. I can't tell. There could be one right there. Looks like there's something black, but yeah, Ring door cameras are small. And there have been plenty of times I haven't noticed them while delivering them until I was right in front of them. Also, we can't see this side of the door in this video. It could be on this side. Again, it's a Ring door camera. There's no set place it has to be. The homeowner gets to pick what side of the door, like where he mounts it. You don't even have to technically put it on the door. You could put it over here. You could put it, above the door. You could put it on your porch. I've seen people with it on their porch, not even on their door, facing their own house. So, I mean, this doesn't necessarily mean anything. But I'll keep going. Yeah, she never pulls back. She never pulls back so you can see this side of the door. She never goes beyond the frame. So it could just be on that side of the door. Looks like it right there. That looks like it right there. What do you call that, Danky? Did he put a fucking Apple AirTag next to his door for no reason? What do you think that is, man? Looks like a fucking door cam to me. You want some? Here, it's tropical chillsicle. It's delicious. That looks like a Ring door camera to me. You can even see it again right here. So there's something there, Janky. You just missed it in your own fucking footage. It's right there. I don't know what else that could possibly be. That random white dot next to his door that looks like the button on a Ring cam. That's what it looks like to me. Looks like that's where he mounted it. On the right-hand side of the door instead of the left. You can see it when she zooms out.
First of all,
but that was really quick when I played it back at full speed. So I guess you didn't anticipate that I would go full XQC and drop it down to 0.25 speed so we can go frame by frame, and I can point out that there's a door cam in the video where you say there's no door cam. I hate this guy.
it's a fucking pull door. It's not even a push door. So for everyone saying she pushed... Oh my goodness. For everyone saying she pushed it open, fuck you even more. You
Fuck you!
can't even push the bastard door, man. You are all so goddamn stupid.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, Danky, but I can push a pull door if I try hard enough.
That it's unbelievable.
I mean, you won't be able to pull it anymore when I'm done, but I can do it.
Everyone's saying that there's ring camera footage. I don't see a ring camera anywhere. I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, ring cameras, they have a look to them, right? They actually are there. They're not.
Yep, it's there on the right. We just saw it. You missed it. Maybe you should have done more research before you made an angry crash out video about a girl you've never met. She's not gonna fuck you, bro.
Fucking invisible, and there's nothing there. So. Fuck a doodle do. By the way, it gets even worse.
Is what she's not gonna do to you.
If you can believe that, it gets so much worse.
Oh, does it now? By all means, proceed. I do. I believe you, Danky. For what it's worth, it's the first honest thing you've said the whole video. I do believe that your video gets so much worse.
We'll talk about that later. For now, I want to actually get the arrest out the way because I want to... Well, let's stop talking about what hasn't happened and let's talk about what has happened and figure it all out. Well, to the best of our ability, of course. And also because I need a bit of a fucking cool down here. Doordash delivery girl...
You and me both, Chief.
...has been arrested on 2 felony charges after recording a man passed out with his pants down in his own home and posting it to TikTok on a food delivery. She is being charged with unlawful surveillance and dissemination...
Hey, it's Fearbuck. I follow him on TikTok, on Twitter. Dude has a habit of just posting the facts. I wonder if he'll pull up the facts dude. That's another guy who actually links his sources and stuff. I'm guessing you're not going to pull up the facts dude. You picked Fearbuck, the meme account, instead because he doesn't cite his sources.
A nation of surveillance images. Then you can see those charges here. This is the tweet that went viral because of all this. Got like 120,000 likes, as you can see over there. It is just a wee screenshot from the Oswego City Court, though. We do have the full records and press releases, however. Here we go. Oswego City Police Department. On the 13th of November, 2025, an incident was reported to the Oswego Police Department regarding an event that occurred on the 12th of November, 2025. It was reported that a male DoorDash customer has been nude inside of his residence when a DoorDash delivery driver dropped off a food order. An investigation was initiated by the Oswego Police Department, during which it was discovered that the delivery driver had taken video of the nude male. The video, along with the subsequent investigation, indicates that the male was incapacitated and unconscious on his couch due to alcohol consumption. So for the record, I don't know if the alcohol consumption thing is true or not, because any breathalyzer they could have done is like, he was drunk the fucking day before.
You could just do a blood alcohol test. There are more ways to test as to whether or not he was drunk than a breathalyzer. You can test his blood alcohol levels. If it's not too long after he's been drunk, he could just pee in a fucking cup. You could just have him take a piss. What are you on about? Stop acting like you don't... maybe you don't know how alcohol works. Fuck. Yeah, I saw a guy hiding up there, but you're gonna go after me instead, you dick.
Before, you know what I mean? So I would assume, I could be wrong here, but I would assume that is just because he said he was. Maybe he had like some sort of material evidence.
And you're making a lot of assumptions. That same thing you yelled at other people for. But I guess it's okay when you do it because girl need defending.
I'm not too sure. But if it was just his word of mouth, it's like, of course he would fucking say that. But also, above all else, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, it's still ridiculous, you getting naked and fucking the door wide open and shit. There's no justifying that. Like, how exactly can it be proved beyond a shadow?
Yeah, I'll kill the camper before I go. Fuck that guy. I took my Dankyjabo hate out on him. Him specifically. Him and him alone. I know it got me killed. I don't care.
Of a doubt that he was genuinely unconscious. If anyone can answer that for me, then...
You're right. I don't know beyond a shadow of a doubt whether or not he was genuinely unconscious or faking it. I can tell you what I do know, and that is it doesn't fucking matter. She had no right to film him regardless.
I'd be well pleased, thank you. But genuinely, like I said earlier, whether he's unconscious or not, at worst, he's a flasher, and at best, he's a fucking idiot who unintentionally—
At worst, he's a guy with his pants around his ankles in his own goddamn home. That's it. That's all this is. Just like I can't prove whether or not he was drunk, you can't prove whether or not he was intentionally trying to flash. Also, we've already been over this. Even if it was intentional, it still wouldn't be flashing. It would just be indecent exposure.
Intentionally flash someone, which still isn't good. Everyone coming to his defense as though there aren't two people who have done wrong here. It's just he was, you know, morally wrong, whilst she was legally wrong. As well as—
No. I'm sorry. There's no moral wrong in filming a stranger naked and posting it on a platform primarily occupied by children. There's no moral wrong there, Danky. Are you fucking serious? Danky's a pedo. I'm just gonna say it. Danky's a pedo. He is fine with adults showing nudity to your child. That's what I just got from this. You're right. I have just as much evidence of that as I got of him being drunk or not. But hey, prove me wrong, Danky.
Was morally wrong. She was also morally wrong. She shouldn't have done what she did. It's fucked up. And for the people who are complaining that I don't have the same amount of vitriol or anger when I talk about her as when I—
Yeah, that's me. You're talking to me right now. What you got?
talk about him and pinning me as some sort of fucking performative male because of it. First of all—
No, I think you're a pedo. Prove me wrong.
It's probably a good thing that you fucked off already, because I probably—
At best case, you're performative. And no, I'm not going to fuck off. We're watching this thing in its entirety. I want to see how bad this gets. But best case, you're being performative. Worst case, you're fine with adult nudity being shown to children. See, I can play that game too, bud.
Probably don't want you here to begin with. But secondly, the reason—
I don't care if you want me here. You've left the door cracked open, Janky, so I'm going to let myself in.
Why I'm nowhere near as angry talking about what she did is because no one is on the internet lying about what she did. Well, they are.
But you've admitted yourself in this video that we can't know, so you can't know either. So how do you know who's lying and who's not if no one knows for certain whether the camera footage existed, whether the cops have it? We don't know all the details. We're all doing the same thing you're doing and just drawing conclusions based on available information. Now, you've drawn the wrong one, in my opinion, but it doesn't make you technically lying. It just makes you wrong. The other people might not be lying. They might just be wrong. Being wrong is different than being a liar.
They are literally lying about what she did, but no one is lying.
They're literally not.
Like in defense of her. What's got me so angry and emotional here isn't the event itself. It's the complete slander and misinformation that can just be believed by millions of people.
Let's hear the slander and misinformation. Ooh, no, the green dog for the green Hulk. There we go.
Based on nothing. I think that worries me a lot more.
Based on nothing? It's based on literally the same information you have.
Because that's not just one standalone case. That is a continuing trend that has been on the internet for decades now and has no signs of slowing down. And it's really dangerous. It's so terrifying. I don't think you guys fucking understand how terrifying it is that so many people are so willing to believe shit like that when there is no evidence for any of it. You know, I'm not—
If you're that scared of the internet, Danky, log off.
I'm not angry here because people are pissed at the Doordash girl. That's completely fine. You have every reason to be pissed at her. What she did was—
Really? Because you've called everybody who's pissed at her and given you legitimate reasons fucking stupid! And I hate this guy.
It's fucked up. I would hope that you can also acknowledge that she is absolutely a victim here, though. A victim of flashing.
I cannot, and I will not, because she is not. You're a moron.
Doesn't matter if it was intentional or not, she is still a victim of flashing. The video was—
No, she is not. She is no more the victim of flashing than someone who walked into a locker room and saw somebody there naked when they thought it was empty. He was in a place where he's allowed to be naked, and she peeked inside of it. That is no different than walking into a locker room and seeing a stranger naked. That's a place they're allowed to be naked, dipshit.
Was taken from the exterior of the male's residence. First of all, again, exterior. She did not enter for everyone lying about.
She entered, saw it, freaked out, and then walked out before turning her camera on. Prove my theory wrong. Because you can't know that either.
That shit. The Doordash driver.
I'll admit it's a theory before you call me a liar. But I think my theory is far more plausible than the door being that open and literally no one in the neighborhood noticing except for the Doordash girl. Sorry. Especially when it's a duplex in a community with people walking around. Don't believe it. Sorry. I believe the door was cracked probably like that much, and then she pushed it open and walked in and went, oh, God. Or she pushed it open and at least peeked in, put her head in, maybe put a foot in, and went, oh, my stars. She saw a paycheck. She thought this was going to go with her being a victim and she'd be able to sue or DoorDash paying her out. I don't think she did it for social media. I think she did it for money. Maybe a little of both. And it backfired, rightfully so.
Subsequently posted the video to social media where it drew significant attention. It was further discovered that the Doordash driver had made claims of being sexually assaulted during this incident. The investigation by the Oswego Police Department determined that no sexual assault occurred. The male depicted in the video cooperated with police and provided a statement. So yeah, officially and legally no sexual assault occurred, which I think is fair enough. I got a lot of comments in my last video.
It's accurate. That's as close as you're going to get to him saying accurate. Yeah, it's accurate. By definition, no sexual assault occurred.
On this whole situation, saying that there doesn't actually need to be physical contact for it to be a sexual assault. I am aware of that, and that is genuinely completely valid here. I think I was more trying to say that this situation in particular cannot be classified as sexual assault. And the lack of physical contact is a big reason as to why it can't be considered sexual assault. That's not to say that
the sexual assault thing requiring physical contact, I think, depends on the state, and I didn't look at what state this girl was in, but it does depend on the state. Some of them classify it, some of them have a separation for assault and battery. To my understanding, again, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm trying to remember. I feel like this was covered in that lawyer's video we watched last night, and I think I remember her covering this part and being like assault and battery are two different things in the state she's in. So some states view them as the same. Some do it differently. Like I know those rules are a little bit flexible. I get it. You're not from America, so you don't understand how laws can vary from state to state, little details like this. But if the cops didn't classify it, then that's not what it is. Pretty plain and simple. He's not being charged with that because there's no evidence he committed that crime. That's the takeaway here.
Sexual assault has to have physical contact, but, you know, it definitely helps in terms of getting it, I guess, titled as sexual assault legally. Because flashing absolutely is, you know, a form of sexual violence and harassment. And in certain cases can also classify as sexual
harassment, sure. Violence? We need to change what our standard is for the word violence. I'm sorry, being passed out with your dick out isn't violent. There's no point in anyone seeing that can you call that violent. That's not what violence means. Harassment, maybe. Inconvenient. Gross. There's a lot of ways you can describe it, but not violent.
assault, just not this one. The investigation ultimately led to the arrest of the Doordash driver, Olivia Henderson, 23, of Oswego. For recording and disseminating the videos, Henderson was charged with the following: 1 count of unlawful surveillance in the 2nd degree, 1 count of dissemination of an unlawful surveillance image in the 1st degree. Now, we'll have a look at those charges later and dissect exactly what they mean and how.
Do it now, while you're talking about them. What else can you possibly have to say at this point?
Guilty Olivia is of that. Henderson was released after being processed on the above charges and was issued an appearance ticket for a future court date in Oswego City Court. The Oswego Police Department continues to investigate the circumstances surrounding this incident, as in communication with the Oswego County District Attorney's Office regarding the prosecution of these charges. Anyone with information about this investigation or other is encouraged to contact the Oswego Police Department. Calls will be kept confidential, blah, blah, you get the idea. Okay, so first and probably most importantly, charged and arrested does not equal guilty. Now, a lot of people have...
Right, innocent till proven guilty. That's the thing I said in the beginning when you're calling everybody else liars for coming to conclusions. It's also the thing I said in the beginning as to why news articles will use things like allegedly and appears to, reportedly, and won't make a definitive statement. But you took that and ran with it to mean something completely different, but I guess now that you have a point to make on your side, suddenly that comes back into play. Fuck you.
Immediately jumped to, oh my god, she's getting the maximum sentence, she's getting 4 fucking years for these charges, it's over for her, she's done. And
no one said that's what she is getting, they said that's what she is facing. Those are 2 different things. She's facing that, which is true. That's the maximum sentence she's facing. She probably won't get it, but that's why they word it that way, because it is still a possibility.
It's like, again, you are...
I get it, Danky, reading comprehension is hard.
So... unbelievably stupid. The internet is ridiculously dumb and
God, you are quick to throw the insults out, which are going to make you so easy to attack later. Oh, keep going, dude. Keep going, dipshit.
Infuriates me, genuinely. It hurts my heart. She's not getting...
I'm infuriated. My heart ain't hurt. I don't care enough about you for my heart to be broken. I don't really give a fuck about you. I am angry, though. Annoyed, even. Appalled. I'm a lot of things. My heart ain't hurt. Pansy.
4 years for this shit. P. Diddy got 4 years. She will not get 4 fucking years. If she...
But he was facing multiple counts of 20. See the difference? It didn't say she will get it. She's facing 4 and will probably get none. She'll probably get house arrest or a fine. He was facing multiple counts of 20 and got 4. See how that works yet, Danky? Do you understand how words work now?
She does. I will be protesting, man. I'll be on the front line.
Oh, I want to see you protest. A girl in a country you've never been to, that you've never met, in a country where no one will notice. Please, by all means, protest. Protest the government that has no involvement in it, in your country that doesn't matter.
If it's just me, I will lead that protest, because that would be fucked up. In the same way, the bloke who flashed her was presumed innocent and was thereby saved because of it, because we could not prove without a shadow of a doubt that he was guilty or doing this intentionally. Olivia Henderson also gets that exact same right? She cannot be proved as guilty. She is presumed innocent.
But there's evidence about her that you have enough to bring a case for. There was no evidence that he did it intentionally. Therefore, no case can be brought. There is evidence that she posted a video on social media of a naked man without his consent on a platform where children are. There's evidence that that happened. It's whether or not she did it intentionally and to what degree. Arguing over whether or not it happened isn't what we're doing here. We're arguing over why. We're arguing over the why at this point. These are very different things. Stop equating what he did and what she did as if they're on the same fucking level. They're not. They are absolutely not.
Until trial. And to be found as guilty, there has to be, beyond any reasonable doubt, proof that she is guilty. But what exactly does guilt...
True, that's how it works. But I'd say we got enough there for a trial. And there's you can reasonably come to the conclusion that she's guilty. You can't call her guilty yet. She could still get off. But you can reasonably assume that she's... It's not looking good for her, I can tell you that. Oh man, I can't wait to see the cope video that you're going to make when she actually gets convicted, though. Because that's how I see this ending. She will get something. Now, I doubt she'll see any jail time. But she will get a conviction. She'll have a conviction on her record. That much I see coming. She'll have that conviction and probably get on a sex offender registry. Now, she probably won't see any jail time. She'll probably just get house arrest, probation, probably a fine. But one of the conditions for that is that she be on the sex offender registry. That I'm predicting now. Again, I could be completely wrong. I'm not a lawyer either. But as long as me and you are making predictions, let's see which one of us is right.
Guilty mean? Well, we'll get to that.
Time will tell. I'm not going to call anyone stupid until I know for sure, because stranger things have happened. I mean, no one in their right mind thought that P. Diddy would only get 4 years, but that happened. So, since you want to keep bringing up that case, I mean, I'm not going to say you're wrong. We don't know yet. I'm going to go with wait and see. I would say I'm not going to call you names like you've done to everyone else during this, but I am. You are a fucking moron.
One, I will say that this, like the arrest taking place about a month after the initial incident, that can potentially be seen as some kind of evidence that new information has come out. I do not think that this new information has anything to do with Ring doorbell camera footage as much as people are...
Based on what?
I'll say it, are lying about it, or are...
Based on what? What are you even basing that on? I mean, you're calling them liars. Oh, say it. Okay, well, now say why you said it. Say how you came to that conclusion. Show me fucking something. Show me your process. Did you not go to school as a kid? Show your work, motherfucker.
Spreading gross misinformation about because they're fucking...
How is it gross information? How? How? Just how?
Idiots who don't bother to actually research or fact check.
Then show me. Because all the research I've done says the opposite. So if you found something I didn't and you're claiming to have this smoking gun, you've done the research. Show your work. Where's the receipts, Dankyjabo? Show it. Fucking show it.
Check any of that shit before...
You're happy to show the stuff you say is wrong. Now show why. Show the stuff you say is right. Show how you know it's wrong. You've obviously got evidence to the contrary. Why aren't you showing literally any of that? Except for the video you claim didn't have a Ring doorbell camera in, which I say does, because it looked like it to me.
Putting out life-ruining, slanderous statements. Every reputable site, like People Magazine, for example, who are known to... I'm not saying they're the best fucking news website in the world, but, you know, they check their sources. They have a lot more credibility.
Okay, cool. They're credible. What did they say?
And reliability than people like the New York Post or Where Is the Buzz, which I've never even fucking heard of before, that also reported that there was Ring doorbell camera footage or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of sites reported it because it's pretty obvious. I mean, there's a Ring doorbell camera in the video you showed. Damn sure looked like one to me. But I guess we'll see, won't we? See, I'm not making definitive statements like you are. I'm saying we'll see. I think there's one. See, I'm saying what I think based on what I saw. But hey, I could be wrong. But you're calling other people liars, which means you're definitively right. So, show me.
The fuck? I mean, there's a reason no reputable news site has said without a doubt that there is Ring doorbell camera footage.
That reason is they don't want to get sued. They can't definitively make claims during an open case. That's journalism 101, Janky.
And even the ones that aren't reputable were very sneaky with how they worded it. You know, when you look at...
So they don't get sued.
The charges is unlawful surveillance, dissemination of unlawful surveillance, right? There's no burglary charge or trespass charge or anything along those lines, which I feel as though if there was...
Right, because she hasn't been charged with those things yet. So they can't say them. This is how journalism works. You can't report on things that haven't happened yet. They can say... possible charges could include, or allegedly, but they don't need to say that. The revenge porn charge of showing a stranger's naked body to children should be all anyone needs to know here. Everything else should be irrelevant. That's the worst of everything that could have possibly happened here, and that's the one we know for sure happened. Because we saw the video on TikTok where she posted it.
Was video footage of her opening the door and entering the fucking house, there would be that charge on there.
Right, but we don't need that charge. We don't need useless charges. We just need the one that we have absolute evidence of, which is her posting a nude man on a platform with children on it, uncensored. You had the wherewithal to censor it before posting on YouTube, didn't you, bud? She did not. And that's her mistake. That's the only charge we need to know about. That's the big one.
I guess I probably should make it clear, there is not a 0% chance that there is no Ring doorbell camera footage. And if by chance it does eventually come out that it does exist, then...
It does. We saw it in the video you showed on this video.
I guess I might look like a bit of a fucking idiot, but...
You do. For so many reasons.
Whether or not it does come out or doesn't, it doesn't change the fact that right now there is no evidence for it. Like, I'm not even...
There was. You put it in this video. You just didn't think You just didn't think ahead enough to actually, you know, you didn't think to you didn't think to slow the video down so you could go frame by frame, but just Ring doorbell camera there. I pointed it out in this video. Hey, you know, I guess we'll see what the courts say, won't we, Danky?
Even claiming it doesn't exist. I'm just claiming that there's no evidence for it. So if it does eventually come out, that doesn't even mean that I'm wrong here. But I don't think
you are wrong. And it is out on your video. But we'll wait for the courts to confirm the thing I saw. And hey, if the courts don't confirm it or decide to ignore it or don't think they need it, because really they don't need it for the charge they're going to give her, then you know what? I'll eat crow and I'll just say I'm wrong. I also think it doesn't matter because the charge that they're going to stick her with is the filming the footage of him and uploading it. How she got that footage is irrelevant. It doesn't matter if she filmed it through the window, through the door. It's footage she should have never uploaded to begin with. Even if you say she had a right to the footage, she still didn't have a right to upload it to TikTok for children to see. So she's still in the wrong. Like there's no way you slice this where she's not in the wrong for uploading that footage to TikTok. There's just none, bud. None.
I think it'll come out. Like, I really don't. I don't think it exists. So just to be clear,
I don't think it matters.
The Oswego City Police Facebook says that independent video has been viewed by the police. I obviously can't say for sure, but that
means Ring doorbell camera video. They're outright saying it. They're not saying what it is because they're being kind of coy about the evidence they have. But that's part of the legal process here. They're letting you know we have something without confirming what they have because, again, ongoing trial.
Makes it sound as though some sort of footage that's independent of Olivia or Austin. By the way,
what else could it be, man?
not only do I believe that this isn't Ring...
Why does he do this? He keeps proving himself wrong in his own fucking video. Oh, this is infuriating.
Doorbell footage, but I also don't believe that the footage in any way shows her opening the door.
If you don't believe it's Ring doorbell footage, then follow that up with what you think it is. They've confirmed they have something. So if it's not Ring doorbell footage, but it's independent of what she posted, what else could it be, Janky? Did the neighbors film? Did he have cameras in the house? What else could it be? Also, what does it matter? If it shows her opening the door, then who the fuck cares what kind of footage it is? If it's not hers and it shows her doing the bad thing, well, one of the many bad things she's done here. Fuck, I can't believe this bitch actually has people defending her. It's a Dankyjabo, it's fucking retard.
The main point I'm trying to get across here isn't that it's impossible for footage we haven't seen to exist. All I'm trying to point out is that everyone who is acting as though they've seen anything or are sure of anything are either lying or so dumb that all it...
No, they're drawing a reasonable conclusion from the thing you just read. It is very reasonable to take the statement you just read that they have independent footage of the incident, independent of her phone, the footage she submitted. It is very reasonable to assume it's a Ring doorbell camera. The most common kind of camera Doordashers get caught doing shit on. It's just an educated guess that has more basis behind it than anything you've said.
It takes for them to believe something so obviously fake is a comment on...
Why is it fake, though?
TikTok. Anyway, here we go. Section 250.45, unlawful surveillance in the second degree. And this is the New York State Senate.
That's our filming the guy.
Which is the state that this, happened in. Now, the reason stated was the first one here, so for his or her own, or another person...
I'm gonna read the whole thing because he's not going to... Oh, fuck, it's gonna prove him wrong again, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Why do you even show the whole thing if you know I'm gonna read it? All right, here we go. Unlawful surveillance in the second degree. A person is guilty of unlawful surveillance in the second degree when, for his or her own, this the part he is going to read, for his or her own or another person's amusement, entertainment, or profit, or for the purpose of degrading or abusing a person, he or she intentionally uses or installs or permits the utilization, again, it's hard to read when it's blurred like this, the utilization or installation of an imaging device to surreptitiously view, broadcast, or record a person dressing or undressing or the sexual or other intimate parts of such person at a place and time when such person has a reasonable expectation of privacy, meaning his own home, if we're talking public places, bathrooms, locker rooms, tanning salons, etc. Okay, nude beaches. I can keep going, but you get the idea. Without such person's knowledge, that's the key part, or consent, which she clearly did not have. Or, there's another reason that you could also get this charge. For his or her own or another person's sexual arousal or sexual gratification, he or she intentionally uses, installs, or permits the utilization or installation of an imaging device, blah, 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 same thing as that, to broadcast or record a person undressing, or the sexual or intimate parts of another person. So, meaning that, same thing, she filmed it without their consent. The only difference is the reason for. Whether or not you did it for profit or whether or not you did it for your spank bank. There you go. Which I would argue she did it for profit and or amusement. And degradation.
Amusement, entertainment, or profit, or for the purpose of degrading or abusing a person. He or she intentionally uses or installs or permits the utilization of installation of an imaging device to surreptitiously view,
I can't wait to see how he claims this is not what she did.
Broadcast or record a person dressing or undressing, or the sexual or other intimate parts of such person at a place and time when such person has reasonable expectation of privacy without such person's knowledge or consent. And then when we look at 250.6.1 as well, which is the dissemination of an unlawful surveillance image in the first degree. This one hinges on the first charge, so we'll read them both now and then talk about them. He or she, with knowledge of the unlawful conduct by which an image or images of the sexual or other intimate parts of another person or persons were obtained, and such unlawful conduct would satisfy the essential elements of the crime of unlawful surveillance in the first or second degree, as defined respectively in section 250.50 or 254.5 of this article, sells or publishes such images, and then it moves on to the second point. Now, like I said earlier, the guy was naked in his home with the lights turned on in the fucking living room in, like, pure view with the door wide open in a dupe.
You don't know the door was wide open, but continue. You're just, by your own standard, you're just lying now.
Flex. So, whilst there was a Doordash...
You don't know he did it to flex either. You don't know his intention. You can't prove that. Now you're lying again. Sorry, is it illegal to fall asleep with your lights on now?
Delivery on the way, by the way, that he ordered, so
and could have reasonably forgot about, especially if he was drunk and passed out, which appears to be what happened.
Reasonable expectation of privacy. I don't think Olivia's gonna get done for that. Let's remember him.
Why? Why doesn't, even if everything else you said was true and he had the door wide open, and he ordered Doordash and decided to stay naked, why wouldn't he have a reasonable expectation for privacy when her instructions were to leave the food at the door? And he was not visible from the doorway. She would have had to peek around. So if she had done her goddamn job, she wouldn't have seen anything even with the door wide open.
Here, it has to be beyond a shadow of a doubt. Like, let's be completely honest with ourselves. With all of those elements laid out on the table like that, is there a completely and utterly reasonable expectation of privacy?
Yes!
I obviously think not, and I would also say that...
Thank God you're not a lawyer.
Anyone who does think that you can reasonably expect privacy in a situation like that is either 1, blind, or 2, correct, and I have no idea how wrong I am right now.
It's 2! Spoiler alert, Danky, it's the second one.
If you genuinely believe that he can reasonably expect privacy in that situation, then
I do.
Let me know, because I'm
letting you know right now, I do. And I can explain it to you if you want to talk to me. I have no problem with that. Again, he would have to be standing. Again, I know you don't know how things work. He'd have to be standing in the doorway in plain view of her from outside the home to lose that reasonable expectation. It's not against the law to leave your door open and be naked inside your home at the same time. Sorry, not how that works, Chief.
Just not seeing it. A resident of the duplex or a theoretical visitor could have walked by at any time
And not seen anything because he wasn't in view of the doorway. They would have had to lean around the corner to see him. They would have had to put the effort in to see him naked where he was at, which is where the reasonable expectation for privacy comes from. The fact that they would have had to put in effort to see him. For him to lose the reasonable expectation for privacy in his own fucking house, it would have to be effortless to see him naked in it.
But on top of it all, there was a fucking Doordash girl on the way that he ordered. So,
and instructed to leave the food at the door. Meaning not look inside, not peek around the corner. She didn't even have to go all the way up on the stairs. She could have left it anywhere on that porch. She didn't have to look for him. She didn't do her job, plain and simple. And I know that for a fact because I also do that job.
they use the word surreptitiously in the statutes, which we're not exactly sure how it's defined there. If we go by...
You want to look it up? You want me to look it up for you? I know your Googles are broken. That's why you can't seem to find all of the other evidence that you need. But, I mean, that word has a definition. You want to look it up? I'll look it up for you. Give me a minute.
Dictionary definition, it means something done by...
Oh, you did look it up. Okay, cool. So you do know what this means. You're just pretending like you don't or like it doesn't matter or it's going to have some special definition because police, I guess? I don't know. I can't figure out why you think it's going to have a different definition right now.
By stealth or like clandestinely. I don't know if him supposedly being unconscious like constitutes her doing this in secret. I personally...
Here's how it means it does that in secret, since you don't understand. For it to have been done in secret, for something to be stealthed, it would mean that you did something in someone's presence without them knowing. That's how. She did it in stealth. She went somewhere she wasn't supposed to be. He didn't notice she was there. Therefore, stealth was involved. That action she had to take that he didn't notice was her peeking around the corner to see him on his couch. From the angle of the video you showed, if she was standing straight in front of the door, his couch would be over here. It would not be visible. For her to see that couch, she had to step around and angle her camera to see around the door onto the side of the room. And she did so without his knowledge. Or at least it didn't look like he knew she was there. That is where that statement comes from. I was more than happy to explain that to you, since apparently you don't know what stealth means. You should have Googled a second word, since the definition of the word you Googled contained another word you also didn't know the definition of. Dumbass.
Personally don't believe that you can argue she was attempting to take the video without being discovered. You know, it's not...
How? In order for her to take that video, I need for you to explain to me how you think she did it expecting to be discovered. Okay? I think she did it thinking she wouldn't be discovered. She was definitely trying not to be discovered. That's why she was quiet in the video. She wasn't narrating it. She wasn't talking. She was making no effort to get his attention. So clearly she didn't want to be noticed. Also, she saw him before she started filming. That's why she started filming. And she saw he was unconscious. So she saw that she could film him without his knowledge. Again, there is way more evidence that she was trying to be stealthy than there is to the contrary.
It's not as though she was peeking around the corner.
She absolutely had to peek around the corner to see him. You can see that in the video. He is not directly in front of the door.
Or trying to be silent or something like that. And I think
she was trying to be silent. That's why she wasn't narrating or talking during it and had to put text over the screen to describe what she saw. She could have been narrating it with her voice and maybe try to get his attention to wake him up. But she did neither of those two things. So how can you claim she wasn't trying to be quiet? What are you on about?
I think you'd be pretty hard-pressed to convince a jury that she was doing this without trying to...
I think I could do it very fucking easily. I'm pretty sure the arguments I just made would convince 99% of people who aren't completely fucking brain rotted like you.
Be discovered as well. Then there's the actual parts, like the human genitals, pubic area, buttocks, and that includes parts
which she made sure was visible on the camera and was visible on TikTok when she uploaded it because she made no effort to censor it. She saw it and she wanted to make sure we saw it too.
that are covered only by, like, bare undergarment. Again, I genuinely believe that there is reasonable doubt here, because you can't really see the dude's dick in the video. I wish I could find the original video now, but I think...
Do you want to see his dick that bad? You need to find the original video? You could see it. You could see it. That's why she got charged with this. You could absolutely see it. It was visible. That was the problem. She put a man's visible penis on a platform with minors on it.
I think it's been taken down from Reddit. All right, I'm getting the video up now.
I mean, yeah, it's taken down now. What? This is something you can't prove on YouTube. Like, I get that you're trying to prove it right now, but you're gonna, any image you show us on YouTube is gonna have to be blurred because it shows his genitals. So you're just gonna blur that area and say, guys, I know you can't see it, but trust me, it's not there. I can see it uncensored and it's not there. I saw it uncensored before it got taken down. You can see his dick. It's not impressive or anything. Don't get me wrong. It's not like he's got a whopper down there. Right? He got a little turtle head poking out. But it's there. Must have been cold in there. But it's there.
Now,
poor fella.
But I can't obviously show you guys. It is out there if you look hard enough.
Yeah, I can't show you. Just believe me. Why even bring this up?
But I'm going to have a wee look to see how visible it actually is. Yeah, I don't know.
Very visible.
Oh man, there's something...
Even if it's only a little visible. Even if you see a little dick. Do you know how much, percentage-wise, Danky, do you know how much dick you can legally show to minors? Zero. Zero dick. You can show minors 0% of your dick. It's not like I just showed him the tip. That's not... No dick is okay to show to minors. Not a little bit, not a lot. None. And she showed a little bit of dick to minors. Even if I grant you this and say, well, it's only a little bit visible. That's too much visible for my 10-year-old daughter to see. You're childless. You are clearly fucking childless, and so is everybody in your comment section.
Skin colored, like, next to his thigh? Could it be his penis or, like, general pubic region? Maybe, of course. I'm not denying.
What, do you think he has a growth? That there's this lump on his thigh? Yeah, that lump on his thigh is his dick, just hanging there, man. What do you think it is? Do you not have one? Do you not know how they work? I got one, and it hangs down on my thigh sometimes. If I laid down and somebody saw something stuck to the side of my thigh, if my pants are off, it's my dick. It's my dick. It's just my dick, and I think everyone would know it was my dick. It's not impressive or anything, but it's noticeable.
Denying that, like, it genuinely could be. The quality is quite bad because it's so far away. It could also be, like, the midriff from his hoodie riding up a little bit, though. At worst, there is, like, a very small, low-quality amount of pubic region being shown.
Cool! That's too much pubic region to show to children! I don't... He's actually defending this. He's actually defending showing adult private parts to fucking children.
I personally would say that there is enough reasonable doubt here, but in this case, I would not fault anyone for thinking that, like, you know, she should be found guilty there. And again, I am not denying at all that it was completely fucked up what she did. She should not have done that. Like, the whole taping the video and putting it on TikTok is honestly probably the dumbest way you could have handled that situation. Because even if
it's the illegal way to handle it. It's not just the dumbest, it's the one that got her arrested. Why are we downplaying this? I don't... Make it make sense, Janky. I don't want to believe that you want to show genitals of adults to children, but it's really coming off like you want to justify showing genitals of adults to children.
it was all intentional on his end, like...
I'm not one to throw the allegation around. I did it as a meme earlier, but I was being hyperbolic. Now I'm not so sure. I don't like throwing that around, but man, is it really starting to feel like you want to justify showing adult private parts to children. Even just a little bit.
You've almost given him an out now. What maybe
man.
she should have done is called the police, like, directly...
Maybe? Maybe? What do you mean, maybe? Yeah, that's the only thing she should have done if she was honestly traumatized and felt in danger. Yes, that is not only what she should have done, that is what the Doordash app will tell her to do before, during, and after every goddamn delivery. They literally have an emergency button for anything that happens. It's the thing you're supposed to do if you just feel uncomfortable. What the fuck do you mean, maybe?
On scene, maybe? Like, she gets there, she sees the bloke, she calls the police right there and then. Like,
yep, that would have been the play. Or to leave and ignore it. But if she honestly felt threatened or traumatized by it, yes, that would have been the play.
Again, though, I'm not going to pretend like I know exactly what should have been done, because like...
That thing you just said, that's what should have been done. And if you want to say you're not sure, or how would I know that, the app tells her to do that as part of her job that she was working at the time. So there's no way she didn't know that. And if she didn't, then she lied when accepting the job. You literally have to agree that you read all this shit before you're allowed to do the job. There's zero chance she didn't know it without lying.
Like I said before, it is genuinely complicated. I'm not pretending to have all the...
No, it's that simple. The Doordash app makes you agree to certain things. One of those things is that you know the process of what to do in an emergency or uncomfortable situation. They give you a button for it. The tutorial shows you what that button does, so she would have had to click past the tutorial too. Yes, there is zero chance she didn't know this without lying or cheating that system in some way.
Fucking answers here. And let's also bear in mind that the charge is for amusement, entertainment, or profit, or for the purpose of degrading or abusing a person.
That's one of many. It could also be for sexual gratification. But the argument there is she wanted to degrade him. That's why she posted on social media. You can argue it's for profit because views on TikTok equal money. So you can argue it's for profit, and you can argue it's for amusement because how can you prove she didn't enjoy it? Now we can drop the amusement one because you're right. How can we prove she didn't enjoy it? But amusement of others, that we can prove because all the comments on the video and the likes show that people were amused by it. Degradation, there's no way having an unsolicited nude of you passed out on your couch being shared on social media isn't degrading. That one's self-evident. And profit, that's how the platform works. Also self-evident. So how are you going to justify this one? Danky moron.
I think you could actually pretty easily prove that she was doing it for profit because there are videos of her complaining that she wasn't being paid from the video of a naked man where children are watching. Which again...
Yep, so she openly admits she was doing it for profit. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot about that one. Okay, cool. So you admitted that she is guilty of the crime and admitted to the crime herself. All right, cool. We've established that. Keep going.
And it's completely fucked up on her end. Like, I can't believe she would...
Not fucked up. Illegal. It's illegal. It is a crime.
That's appropriate. She made a video that was over a minute and she was mad that TikTok took it down when it's like, no, obviously TikTok is going to take the video of an unconsenting man's naked body off of their platform where children are watching. And even if there weren't children watching, you can't fucking post that shit. No wonder it got taken down.
You can't post it not because it's fucked up, Janky. You can't post it because it's illegal.
And here you are complaining that you didn't get paid for it? Like, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you understand all the bad things she did and why she's getting the charge she is and why she's also guilty. So why does this video exist? Why are you still defending her? Why are you doing this? Why do you, say all of the things like you're mad and then say the things to prove yourself wrong immediately after? I can't fucking tell whose side you're on at this point. I don't know the purpose of this video.
It's very, very silly. It's daft. It's bad. It's a really shitty thing to do. But that doesn't...
It's an illegal thing to do.
Matter at all if
the kind of illegal that gets you put on a list.
The person does not have a reasonable expectation of privacy, which I do not believe that he did in the...
Even if I take away his reasonable expectation of privacy in his own home, He still has a reasonable expectation of privacy to the video she took unsolicited. He still has a right to not have that shared. That much he has, even if I say he shouldn't have been naked in his own home. Which I'm not saying, because he has the right to be naked in his own home. Sorry, you're not going to get me to say that. But even if I give you that, that video still should have been private. That should not have been a public video. So his reasonable expectation of privacy still applies to the video itself.
Slightest, so doesn't really matter. Just worth bringing up because I know some people will comment on that, right? Let's have a look at her original statement that she made to the police whilst we're here. Okay, here we go. Original narrative. On the above date, time and location, I responded to a public lewdness complaint. Upon arrival, I spoke with Olivia Henderson, who stated that she was Doordashing last night at 136, and then it's the address and all that. And when she arrived at the address to deliver a Wendy's pickup, the male who ordered had his front door wide open and he was sleeping on the couch with no pants on. Olivia stated that she left the...
Alright, so that's her statement. I'm going to see if he's going to read the whole thing. If not, I'm going to go back and read it. I don't want to read all of them and then he read behind me.
Food at the front porch and left. She advised me that she called because she did not want this to happen again to another female delivery driver. Yeah, I mean, it would be disingenuous of me to say that it is a bad look. She didn't mention that she filmed the whole thing and posted it to TikTok. I think...
Yeah, obviously, that's the crime she committed. He didn't read the whole thing. So we're going back. I then responded to the address and spoke with the man. All right, so he's not reading the statement from the man. So let's get the other side of the story since he's only giving one. I didn't realize the man himself made a statement. Thank you. I'm learning so much here, Danky. Who stated that he had gone out last night to bars, and then they blur the name of the bar. He stated that he woke up and realized that his front door was open and saw the photo Olivia left of the food being delivered and his door open with him laying inside. He then stated that he thought he had shorts on in the photo and did not realize he was actually naked. So he didn't even realize his own pants were down. He was that level of drunk. He stated several times that this is not normal for him and that he was sorry that it happened. I advised him that at this time there are no charges. However, if it becomes a reoccurring issue, he could potentially get charged. He stated that he understands and that it would not happen again. So he felt like he felt sorry because he wasn't even sure. It sounds like he's not even 100% sure what happened. He's just taking her side of the story. At this time, there are no applicable charges due to the lack of intent and because he was within his own home with no view of the public. That's the part I've been harping on, Danky, and it's right there in the fucking police report you're showing on screen. He was not within view of the door. She had to peek inside to see him. Aside from her being on his private property to make the delivery. Okay, so she was the only one who would have been within view, and only if she peeked around the door. He was not within view. He had a reasonable expectation of privacy, not just because he was naked in his own home, but because he was also on private property, so no one should have been walking close enough to the door to see him, and anyone who did see him would have to peek inside. I can't with this. I can't.
This to happen again to another female delivery driver. Yeah, I mean, it would be disingenuous of me to say that it is a bad look. She didn't mention that she filmed the whole thing and posted it to TikTok. I think we know why she didn't mention that to the police, because it would make her look...
It's a crime. Because it's a crime.
Look really fucking bad. So even she knows...
Not just look bad, it would make her a criminal.
What she did, like, on some level was fucked up. She probably regretted it a little bit by this point. I then responded to 136.
I bet she's regretting it a lot right now.
And spoke with Austin, who stated that
maybe she didn't realize it was a felony. She does now.
Gone out last night to the bars. He stated that he woke up.
Oh, he is going to read his response. Okay, good. Let's see what he says about this then.
Up and realized that his front door was wide open and saw the photo Olivia left of the food being delivered and his door open with him laying inside. Austin stated that he thought he had shorts on in the video and did not realize that he was actually naked. Of course, legally it does matter. It clears him completely. Like, he is legally innocent, like, completely. And I'm not disputing that, but morally, it's still fucked up on his end. Austin...
I'd argue no. It's not fucked up, but it doesn't matter. We don't convict based on what your definition of morals are. Thank fucking God.
stated several times that this is not normal for him and that he was sorry that it happened. I advised him at this time that there are no charges. However, if it becomes a recurring issue, he could potentially get charged. See, there you go. So it is illegal to do it intentionally, else he wouldn't be getting charged for it if it happened again and again.
Cool. Which is why he didn't get charged, because there was no intent. At least no clear intent. If he did intend to do it and play it off like he was drunk, he deserves an award. Motherfucker deserves an Oscar for that acting.
Again, which of course implies that there is some sort of purposeness or like negligence that is worthy of criminal prosecution. So let's not act as though
Nope. Negligence doesn't qualify for that. That's a different thing. There has to be intent. Negligence isn't intentional. Negligence is you were just negligent. Like that's not an intentional thing. It's like you forgot to put your car in park and then it rolled down a hill and hit somebody. That's not intentional. That's negligent, but it's not intentional.
the act itself.
It can't be both. You can't be negligent and intentional. If it's intentional, it's no longer negligent. It's just intentional. You meant to do it. Negligent means I didn't mean to do it, but it happened.
Is completely legal in all cases. Like, there are cases where doing something like this can get you banged up, and rightfully so, by the way. He stated,
but this wasn't one of them, so why are we harping on about this?
That he understood and that it would not happen again. I mean, hopefully that's true. At this time, there are no applicable charges due to a lack of intent and because Austin was within his own home with no view to the public. I had a lot of people coming at me, a lot of like faux investigators and fucking detectives and lawyers being like, Dankyjabo says that the intent is what matters here. The intent.
It is. The intent is absolutely what matters here. Yes. That's why we have charges like this. Some charges require intent. It's the difference between first-degree murder and second-degree murder, or murder and manslaughter intentional. The end result is the same. Someone died. But the difference in the charge depends on whether or not you intended to kill them and how.
That has nothing to do with it. It's like, no, go fuck yourself. It says it right there. The police are saying it. Officer Honeywell, or whatever the fuck his name is, he is saying that there are no charges due to lack of intent. Implying...
Okay, good. So you know intent is required for there to be charges here. It's not implying, he's saying it. But go on.
That if there was intent, there would be charges. And
yep, that is exactly what he's saying. He didn't imply it, he just said it.
Because Austin was within his own home with no view to the public, aside from Olivia being on his private property to make the delivery. I've not got many qualms with that last sentence, but like, Olivia isn't just a member of the public, she was a delivery driver who was invited onto the private property. So
yeah, but publicly viewable is one of the requirements. Like, it's a different thing if he's exposing himself to one person or doing it in public, but then you have to like prove he intentionally exposed her to one person. That's why this matters. It's illegal to be naked in public, whether or not you intend for anyone to see you. The only way that a crime was committed here is if he intended for one specific person to see him. But he didn't, and she's a member of the public. He's not publicly viewable, so there's no way she saw him by accident. That's the meaning of that statement. He's not publicly viewable. So she would have had to put in effort to see him. It was not an accident that she saw him naked.
I do think it is a little bit different, but I get it, right? I do understand. And I'm not mad at this officer by any means. I think they've done their job fairly. Mainly because they're not doing what the TikTok comments are doing and completely making shit up. Like, this is the official story here. Anyway, let's have a look at some YouTubers' coverage of this whole situation. This is the biggest one that I could find. This YouTuber has 2 million subscribers.
All right, let's see what he's got.
And this video has like 700,000 views. And they talk about how there is Ring doorbell camera footage, so I guess we'll see what they have to say.
And she posted it for millions of people online to see. I don't know about you guys, but I think the video got deleted because of that. So obviously that's not allowed on the platform, hence why I can't show the clip here. But there were these side-by-side screenshots that started popping up of whether the door was closed or left open.
So, I mean, immediately, this is so fucked up on his end. Again, I don't know if this is intentional from him or not, but
what part's fucked up? I'm sorry, what did he say was fucked up? I need to hear that again.
There were these side-by-side screenshots that started popping up of whether the door was closed or left open.
So, I mean, immediately, this is so fucked up on his end. Again,
how? He's trying to figure out if the door was left open or not by showing 2 screenshots. What part of that's fucked up on his end? That's more than you've done. What are you on about?
and I don't know if this is intentional from him or not, but this cropped photo here is fake. So this is a screen.
How is it? Why do you say it's fake? Are you accusing him of making it? Like, what? How? I don't understand. Janky, I don't understand. I don't understand how you know that's fake. Like, what part of that... How? Just how do you know it's fake? He's got a screenshot you don't have, and because you didn't find it, it must be fake? Is that it? Like, how do you know it's fake?
Screenshot that's been posted everywhere on the internet. I haven't found the original video, but I did see somebody post a screenshot from the original video. The video that's circulating...
Wait, so you haven't found the original video to verify the screenshot. You've seen it's been shown all over the internet, but you know it's fake because you couldn't find it? I haven't found the original video, but oh, no, you're reading his statement. Okay, my mistake. I didn't look at the screen. I'll back up. I fucked up there. I haven't found the original video, but I did see somebody post this screenshot from it. The video that's circulating now, the door's wide open. And this one, it's one about a third of the way, which means she had to push the door open to make the video that's now circulating. Yeah, she very well could have edited the beginning of the video where she pushed it open because she got pushback from it. Remember, this video was reposted 3 separate times because her accounts got banned twice before the third one that ended up, she made a video about. So it's very possible. You need to explain to me why it's not possible that she posted the video, her account got banned, and she read the comments before it got banned of people going, you went into his home, you opened the door, then you just posted a crime. And then she realized, oh my God, I just posted evidence of a crime. Let me edit that part out before I re-upload it again and see if I get a different reaction. How do you know she didn't do that? That seems very fucking plausible and likely. And this screenshot didn't come from nowhere. People would have to know the narrative that came after the video was posted and deleted in order to grab a screenshot from a now deleted video and edit it to change that narrative. They would have to know all of that beforehand. I'm sorry, for your theory to be true that this is fake, it's conspiratorial. The amount of things that would have to happen for that to line up far outweigh her just editing a video that she realized she shouldn't have posted and editing the part out that makes her guilty. It's way more plausible that she just covered her tracks after realizing she fucked up than the internet is predicting the outcome of the video, knowing to save it before it was, predicting it would be deleted, knowing to save it before it was deleted, and then meticulously editing a screenshot to repost later. That's way more steps and way more unlikely. I'm sorry, you sound like a fucking nut job right now. You're like fucking bread tube Alex Jones over here.
Now the door is wide open and this one is about a third of the way, which means she had to push the door open to take the video that's now circulating. So the video exists, we have a screenshot of it, but we don't have the actual fucking video. Does this not sound a little bit suspicious to...
No! No, there's a reason why we don't have the video. It contained nudity on a platform that doesn't allow nudity. I think it's obvious it would have been deleted. That's probably why people saved it immediately before it was deleted. And the reason that screenshot exists is because she denied opening the door. And people were like, oh, I downloaded that original video. I can see where she opened it. Here, let me show. So she said a lie and the internet proved her wrong. The internet did what the internet does. All of that makes perfect fucking sense to me.
To anyone fucking else, especially now in the age where AI videos are so convincing that you can't tell a lot of them from, fake ones. Or real ones, rather. You get what I'm fucking saying here. In the original video, she opens the door. No, she fucking doesn't.
You don't know that! You don't know that because you didn't see the original video either. He just said it's gone, it's not circulating. You've admitted you didn't see it, but now you're saying for certain that his screenshot is fake? I'm sorry, he's got more evidence to prove you wrong than you have to just call it a lie. Fuck you.
There's no original video.
Disingenuous fuck.
We have the original video.
No, you don't. You have a re-upload of a re-upload. The original video was the first one she posted that got deleted. You've got the one that came on the third account she uploaded it on. You don't know if the video you got's original or not.
Screenshot is fake. It's not.
You can't prove that, which is why you're not doing it right now.
Not real. We would have it if it was real. Like, is no one paying?
You have it. You have the screenshot right fucking there. And I'm pretty sure that people aren't reposting the video because they don't want to end up in the same legal trouble she's in of posting a video of a guy naked. I bet you could probably find that original video if you searched hard enough, but you clearly didn't. You're just going to call it a lie and move on.
Paying attention to the supposed text there that is just completely unintelligible. Well, it is. You can read it if you know what the original text is, because you got the original text here, a man named Austin or whatever. But look, in this actual original video, because this is the actual original video here. Look, she picks the
Okay, let's see it. I'm looking real hard for jump cuts right now. Also, we don't know that there wasn't anything cut before this.
Camera up from the floor.
So maybe she filmed twice. That's also a possibility. That she filmed the door closed and realized she couldn't see him through the camera well enough. So she puts the phone down, opens the door, and then starts filming again. That could have been the part from the video she cut out. There, I just explained it to you.
And points forward, right? So what the fuck would have happened before that?
Oh, I just told you. She picked up her phone to film because she realized there was a naked guy in there when she peeped in, and she realized she couldn't get a good angle with her camera. So she put the phone down to open the door very quietly so she didn't wake him up because she didn't want to get caught, and then picked the phone up and continued filming. And then that part in the beginning was the part she cut. Tell me why that's not plausible.
Point in some weird unknown original video. Why would she start the video, open the door, put the camera down, and then put it up as though she was...
She started the video, filmed the door, couldn't see inside, put the camera down, then opened the door. Okay, so we saw the door not open. And then I'll give it to you. There's no video of her opening the door. Even in my theory, there's no video of her opening the door. She filmed the door, tried to peek through the crack, couldn't see what she wanted to see, put the phone down, opened the door, and then picked it back up and started filming. The reason people know she would have had to push the door open is because in the original video, you saw her trying to look through the door and couldn't see. Then you saw her put the phone down. Then you saw her pick it up and the door was open. So there's two conclusions there. Either she opened it, or I guess the wind did?
Starting the video then. Just use your fucking heads, man.
I just did. When are you gonna do that?
Also, in this text here, we see with his pants and underwear to his ankles and his front door wide open. And you can just see from the anatomy of the text, like the way that it's laid out is the exact same as this blurry text over here, which means that it's using the exact same words and claims that the door was wide open. Why would she claim that the door was wide open in some weird, unknown, original, mysterious video when the door clearly is...
Because she realized after posting the first video that the act of opening the door was a crime. It's breaking and entering. Her comment section probably told her that on the original video they got banned. Realizing that she accidentally posted evidence of her committing a crime, she would then need to delete that part of the video and change her story to make herself sound innocent. That is probably why.
Isn't wide open. If the door wasn't wide open and she actually opened it in the original video, why would she be saying that the door is wide open?
Because she didn't want to admit to a crime. See? Not hard.
Fucking wouldn't, because...
Yeah, she would. She absolutely would. People lie about their crimes all the time.
It's fake.
People change their stories when they commit crimes all the time. It's one of the ways they get caught.
That's why there's...
Which is how she got caught here, by the way.
No actual video of it. And for this YouTuber to just show it on screen willy-nilly and not even use the words allegedly to say a screenshot has surfaced of the original video, it's like, are you taking the piss? You've got 2 million subs, man.
There were these side-by-side screenshots that started popping up of whether the door was closed or left open. Either way, dude is in his own house, so is this illegal? No. But my main question is, why is she walking around in this dude's house?
She wasn't walking around in the dude's house. It's on the...
She was walking around his doorway. She opened the door and peeked inside. So maybe she wasn't walking around in his house, but she at the very least leaned in. Because again, his couch wasn't in front of the door. It was on the wall to the right of it. She would have had to lean around to see it.
Fucking...
I'm not sure what part of this you're not getting.
Court, man, and there's no evidence that she was in the house because she wasn't. What she did was fucked up.
I'll give you that. There's no evidence she was inside the house. But there is evidence that she leaned in to take a video of him because that's how she got the video. Judging by the angle she recorded from, she realized that the only way to film him with the door cracked open would be to lean inside, and that would be wrong. So she opened the door and made sure she could see him from the angle off to the side of the porch that she filmed from. She set that up. And it's very obvious she set that up. Which is why she's facing charges right now.
He makes good points in this video. The video should have been taken down. She should have lost her Doordash job. She was showing a video of a naked man to millions of children without that man's consent. Taking the video on its own potentially can be seen as fucked up. Why do we need to make up lies? Why? She's already been fucking arrested for it. It's not as though she's not having a shit enough time as it is. You don't need to lie about it. It's not even that I care about her necessarily, as much as I do feel sorry for
You are making the worst incel attempt to get in a girl's pants I think I've ever seen. But continue.
for her. It's more just angering me how easy it is to trick people, to fool people. All it takes is a fucking TikTok comment.
It's amazing me how easy it is to get simps when you're a girl. All you have to do is be in distress and be a little cute. I don't know. I didn't think she was all that attractive, but maybe that's your type. I don't know. I've seen some uggos get simps. I mean, it's not hard to get simps as a girl. It still blows my mind, too. Both our minds are blown right now, Danky.
It's ridiculous.
But I think one of the reasons this whole thing went so viral, other than the fact this girl's thought process is borderline crazy, is that no one could agree about the push door or was the door wide open. And I mean, I get why there's a hang up here, because if she actually, you know, pushed the door open.
Okay, so even this YouTuber you're showing addresses this.
Record a guy just laying there in his house and then, you know, turned herself into the victim. She's insane. And then we for sure have another member of the Hall of Fame of Influencer Morons. At this point, I need to start holding introduction ceremonies for these kinds of idiots, because I should be starting my video.
Ooh, please tell me it's going to be Dankyjabo. No, that's impossible because he hadn't made his video yet, but he should be inducted into your Hall of Fame, bud.
Videos like, welcome to the newest idiot who's now facing jail time for some social media content.
Oh, he's talking about the girl. Okay, well, never mind. To be fair, Dankyjabo is not facing jail time. He doesn't qualify for this one. I mean, he is an internet idiot, but he hasn't broken any laws that I'm aware of.
Because at this rate, I'd say a lot of my videos are kind of like that. Anyway, people were arguing about the lighting, angles, wood grain, everything. But this is where the story took a life of its own, because while she was telling millions of people that Doordash and TikTok were trying to bury her truth, police were piecing together a version of the events that looked very different from what she originally stated.
Right, cops were doing what cops do, and they were, investigating.
Online, because eventually the police stepped in with their own findings, citing Ring doorbell footage that reportedly showed her opening the door herself.
Oh, the police said that, did they? I wonder where
Yeah, apparently they did. You wonder where that's at? Did you Google for it? Did you ask this? Oh, there's my thumbnail right there. Jesus Christ, can't wait to run that through an AI filter. Fucking dipshit.
they said that. Could you maybe show us? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? We can put this to bed now, finally.
Wow! It's almost like you want him to do all that stuff you're not doing in your video, where you're not showing things that contradict what you might say, and not clicking on sources when people say things that are the opposite of the narrative you're trying to push. Wow, isn't that annoying? That's super annoying, isn't it, Danky?
She opened the door. She's completely in the wrong. What a fucking... I can't believe she'd do such a thing. I can't wait to see this evidence, man.
Ma'am, why did you do that? So, ladies and gentlemen, they got her.
Sir, I have your DoorDash. Oh! Ew! I'm a victim!
And I'm not...
That's a good bit. That's a good bit. Even with the door wide open there, he had to step inside to see the dude on the couch. See my point?
Joking to you, by the way. That video right there of two boys doing some weird skit thing.
Are you about to accidentally own yourself again?
Is the closest thing that a Tozy shows to evidence of footage. And even in that video, the door was wide open.
He showed the screenshots. And he didn't want to show the original video because, there's a naked dude in it and he didn't want to embarrass him any further. And that video's been getting struck, even a censored version. There's probably a lot of reasons he didn't want to show it. But, okay.
Number one, why would you ever...
Maybe he just didn't want to take the risk. I mean, you took the risk and maybe, maybe YouTube's not going to strike you. Maybe they will. But I don't blame this guy for not wanting to take the risk, man.
do this to begin with? And number two, why would you do this when there's a Ring doorbell camera right there next to the door?
It's a good, you know what? That is a great
That is a good question. It seems like he saw the same thing I saw. Let's see if he shows it to you now and what you react to that, because you claimed that people saying there was a Ring doorbell, including this gentleman, were a liar. I don't know who this guy is. You haven't said his name. You just said this YouTuber. But now I'm going to have to Google image search a screenshot from his video to find his actual video so I can shoot him a sub, because I think I like this guy. Not you, the guy you're showing.
question. Why would she do this if there was a Ring doorbell camera?
Oh, because she didn't see it, because it was on the opposite side of the door than most people put it. That's what I saw in the video. Most people put it on the right-hand side of the door next to the doorknob or wherever the doorknob is. Looks like this guy had his on the opposite side. Couldn't tell you why. Some people choose to put their Ring doorbells in weird places. Turns out they're not actually tied to the door.
Pretty easy to spot. Do we really think that she's that dumb that there was a
Yes. Yes, I do.
camera there and she's lied about the whole thing to me?
It was dark. She wasn't paying attention. She was hysterical. There's a lot of reasons I believe she didn't see it. But also, yes, I think she's dumb.
Millions of people? Or do we maybe think that there wasn't a camera there? Or that if there was a
No, I don't. I saw the camera
there, the door was still wide open. So she had no reason to be scared because she wasn't lying.
Like, did
She also had no reason to peek inside his house. That's the point here.
you not think he was going to review the footage after you exposed him to millions of people online with his pants down? What did you think was going to happen? Either way, according to the police in Oswego, the man in the video was not sitting there waiting to expose himself to the delivery driver. He was sleeping and drunk, lying on his couch with no idea what was going on. And thankfully for him, the doorbell camera footage reportedly showed her opening the door herself.
See, this is why I get so angry, because it's not just TikTok comments. It's not just YouTube comments. It's not just fucking people on Reddit. It's not just like, you know, low-level TikTokers with 500 followers spreading some shit online to gain a following. It's YouTubers with millions of subscribers. It's people with huge platforms who are just so willing and so easily fooled, so able to have the cheek to go on camera and say shit this slanderous and this.
There is a lot of projection going on right now. My mind's still perpetually blown by this shit.
Baseless when there's no evidence for any of it. And
There is a lot that he's ignoring. I'd argue intentionally.
this girl's fucked
Or he is genuinely that stupid. It's a tough read right now.
up. Like, what she's done is shitty here, but what happens if someone is like a
Illegal. What she's done is illegal.
completely innocent party in one of these situations
And it ain't her.
and they get some baseless accusations thrown towards them or thrown their way? They have every reason to be scared, to be fearful now, because the internet will take that and they will expand upon it. They'll
No one, myself included, no one is faulting her for being a little scared when she noticed something abnormal while doing a delivery. I've had moments where I've been a little worried. I've had people approach my car. I'm reaching for my fucking pistol. Like, yeah, there's some shit that will freak you out when you're door dashing, especially at night. I'm not faulting her for being scared. I'm faulting everything she did after when she was no longer scared. Can she still say she was scared after she filmed the video, went home, and then uploaded it to TikTok? Was she still scared days later when after being banned and she was told to quit, she continued? Was she still scared when she was complaining about not making money off of that video of a man's genitals she was showing to children? Her being scared only excuses her initial reaction, which should have been the same thing everyone does when scared. Fight or flight. She should have ran. There was no way she'd win that fight, and there was no fight to be had. She should have ran and called the police. The two things everyone's told to do when they're scared, including the app she was delivering on. They tell you to get to a safe location. Call the police. It's literally a thing that the app tells you to do and that you agree you understand before you're allowed to start making deliveries.
make more lies up. They won't look for evidence. They don't look into that shit, man. Who gives a fuck about nuance?
The only evidence I need is the evidence you yourself admit is there. The only evidence I need is that she uploaded the video 3 times. She admitted she uploaded the video for profit. You yourself Acknowledge that. Those two actions, in and of themselves, are illegal. Everything else surrounding the circumstances of her taking the video are irrelevant. Even if I grant you every single thing, that the video, that the screenshots are fake, that she didn't push the door open, that she was scared, even if I grant you every single point, the act of uploading that video to TikTok multiple times, admittedly for profit, is the charge she's facing. That is still illegal, regardless of how she obtained the video.
Just read a TikTok comment. That's all the news I need. Even to the point where this YouTuber with 2 million fucking subscribers is parroting these stupid ass.
Say his name, you dick. I've said your name multiple times throughout this, and I clearly don't like you. Just because you don't like the YouTuber doesn't mean you don't credit them. You're a piece of shit.
TikTok comments and believing them fully with
a petty fucking piece of shit.
No evidence. Like, he's not even trying to show anything. He's not even showing the news article that says it. And the news article is total bullshit, but he doesn't even show that.
Yeah, everything's bullshit except this random girl on TikTok you don't know.
2 counts of Class E felonies: unlawful surveillance and dissemination of an unlawful surveillance image. And these charges usually
even if we say that she was in the right filming it and you drop the first charge, she's still guilty of the second one by your own admission in this video, Danky. I don't know who this guy is, but I'm gonna screenshot this. Google image search. If anybody knows the name of this YouTuber that's watching this video, please link him in the comments. Okay, we're gonna give him the credit this piece of shit wouldn't.
Apply to people who secretly record others in private settings: bathrooms, bedrooms, changing rooms, that kind of thing. But the legal idea is the same: recording someone inside of their home when they have an expectation of privacy.
Which he didn't, by the way.
He absolutely did.
Door's wide open. There's a
Irrelevant.
Doordash coming that you ordered.
Also irrelevant.
There's no expectation of privacy.
The Doordasher was instructed to leave it at the door. She shouldn't have looked in.
Inevitably, someone is going to be at your wide open door while
on his private property. Shouldn't have been there. If they were there, seeing him naked in his private domicile with his door wide open on his private property. Maybe I don't have that in the UK, but in America, private property means he can be anywhere on that property that's not visible from outside the property. He could be naked in his backyard if it's surrounded by trees if he fucking wanted to. It's his private property. If you're on his property and walking around his house to see him naked in his backyard, you're fucking trespassing. You shouldn't have been there. If you're a DoorDasher who was instructed to leave it at the door and you walked anywhere other than that door to see him, you were trespassing. You shouldn't have been there.
Whilst you are naked.
But I guess the police were wrong on that too, huh, dipshit?
You cannot reasonably expect privacy.
You can absolutely reasonably expect privacy there.
Even if the camera is technically outside of the door. Police said that she filmed a sleeping person and posted it publicly.
By the way, filming someone through their window from the sidewalk is still illegal. Even if their window's open. Peeping Tom laws exist for a reason. Maybe they don't have that in the UK either.
Which is exactly what these laws are written for. So the bottom line is, police found no proof of SA, and the man was asleep. And Olivia admitted the instructions for her order said to leave the food at the door, not inside of the home as she filmed. Her last TikTok was posted on October 26th, right after she said that she was being punished for reporting what happened.
This guy seems to just be very reasonable. I don't understand how you have a problem with this dude, Danky.
After the arrest, she didn't post anything at all. No defense, no clarification, no follow-up about what she...
Because she realized she fucked up.
...plans to say in court.
Yeah, because why the fuck would she do that? Why would she do that? Why would she go on camera and be like, hey guys, I've just been fucking arrested. Here is my court case plan. Here's what I'll say to the fucking judge.
To make a statement for her innocence. I mean, she was more than happy to go on there to make a statement to do all this shit. Why wouldn't she give that update? If she really thought she was a victim, why wouldn't she play that victim card again and be like, I can't believe they're charging me for this. Why wouldn't she try to garner that support, to open a GoFundMe, to pay for her legal case, to fight this? That's what most people do when they believe they're innocent. But she's acted pretty fucking guilty, ain't she, Danky? I mean, most everybody who believes they're innocent on the internet when they're facing a court case and it's already been gotten public attention, and the public attention is the reason why she's getting the charge to begin with, then yeah, going on the internet, to announce her innocence and garner support to pay for that court case she can't pay for because she lost her job. All of that would make perfect sense if she were innocent.
It's like, wasn't the whole thing that was wrong with this situation to begin with that she took it public, that she made it public? The fact that she hasn't done anything since this was announced to be, like, made a case out of is a good thing. This
It is, if you're guilty and you already have a lawyer. I'll admit, you have the right to remain silent, and exercising that right is your best play, especially if you have the evidence is stacked against you. But when people believe they're innocent, also, there are ways to go online and ask for that support without talking about the case at all. So for her to say nothing when it already has public attention, I mean, it's too late now. Okay, the cat's out of the bag. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. It's already public. Talking about it after you've been arrested and given an update can't hurt. It's a little late now to stop being public. It's a little late now to not make it public. It's on public record now. Like, it's a little late now. You've gone this far. Why not? Unless you're guilty.
shouldn't be public.
See, not talking about it actually makes it worse in this case. Because now it just looks like you're guilty. You caught a charge going public, you should fight it publicly. That's how that works.
The fact that we know about any of this is tragic, and it's her fault. Like, let's make that clear. It's her fault that we know about any of this.
No, the fact that she shared a man's genitals to children on TikTok is the part that's tragic and illegal.
And I hope I have made it clear that I am not completely defending her either. Like, she is fucked up
I don't know, it kind of sounds like you are. You keep saying you aren't, but then you follow with like 8 defenses, so...
royally here. And
You just keep saying she fucked up. You won't say she broke the law, which she did. You won't say that she showed the genitals to minors, which she did. You won't say how bad the thing is she did. Just that it's fucked up, man. Really sounds like you're... If you're not defending, at the very least, you're downplaying.
what she did was horrible.
And depending on how the judge sees all the evidence, she could be looking at a whole lot of time here. And this can range
4 years.
from probation to years in state prison. Because
4 years.
it looks like a Class C felony in New York can carry up to 4 years. And she's
Okay.
charged
Okay, so he did say 4. She'll probably get the probation, honestly.
with 2 Class C felonies. So
But at least he was honest enough to say she could be facing this or up to this. So you're going to call him a liar now, too, for saying she could be facing 4 years and that he's blah, blah, blah? Because he gave every possible outcome there.
that could be a combined maximum of 8 years in
Every possible outcome if she gets convicted. Yes, I understand she could get nothing if she's found innocent, blah, blah, blah. Before you retort with that, you disingenuous freak.
prison. Either way, it's no longer a he said, she said, and it's definitely not a conspiracy that TikTok doesn't want you to hear about. This is a criminal case with evidence and surveillance footage that was provided by the perpetrator.
No, it's not. I'm sick of this fucking...
Yes, it was. Please tell us how the footage wasn't provided by her when she was the one that uploaded it, when that's the crime she committed in the first place.
video. He's actually pissing me off. We're done, man. It's not true. It's all...
Okay, so you're not going to say how it's not true. How is it not true that she provided the footage? She put it on TikTok. That's the law she broke. That's the part she's being charged with.
such bullshit.
That's the part the public saw.
Final conclusion, if you believe that the footage exists, you're a fucking idiot. Get off the...
What? You played a censored version of the footage in this video! And now you're saying it doesn't even exist? Is he schizophrenic? What the fuck is wrong with his brain?
the internet, learn to be smarter, and maybe you will have a happier life.
Get off the internet! Your brain's broken! Get the fuck off!
Maybe not. Ignorance is fucking bliss. Nothing's gonna happen to you. You've been... fucking internet's been doing it for decades now, and...
Your brain's broken. You're paranoid. You get off the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here, this is what happens when you spend way too much time online. This is what being terminally online will do to your brain.
Not changing. It's not changed at all. If anything, it's gotten worse. But just know that you are fucking stupid. Like, you are really, really irresponsible and dumb. And I hope you look into these things a little bit more in the future. In terms of Olivia, yeah, of course, she does not come...
You've showed everything in this video, and then at the end of the video, said the things you showed didn't exist. This one broke me. This one broke me.
Come across well in those videos at all. She did a lot of really fucked up things. I'm not going to go over them again. I've said them many times in this video already. She will not be getting 8 years. She won't be getting 4.
First of all, 4 was the max. I don't know where 8 just came from. Secondly, you're right. She probably won't get any years, but she will get punished. I'm going to guess probation. It's a first offense.
Years. If she does, fuck me. That is like the biggest injustice ever. But
I hope it happens so I can react to the crash out video from you. It's going to be content fucking gold. And I'm going to have a rock solid fucking hard on while I watch you cope.
won't happen. I reckon it'll maybe be some probation, at the very most, like a few months. But realistically, I don't even think that's gonna happen. It'll be a slap on the wrist. And I don't think a slap on the wrist.
Okay, so he's admitting she will get something then. I hope she gets the full 4 years so I can see his crash out video now. And also fuck her.
Just too, you know, unjust. Both her and him
I hope they throw the book out of her to make an example out of her.
up royally. I'm tired of people on both sides acting as though, like, neither of them have done anything wrong, or one of them hasn't done anything wrong. No, they've both done things that are wrong. It's just with her, we know the full story because she publicized all of it, and we don't know all the full story with him. But even best case scenario, what he did was still fucked up and negligent and stupid.
Getting drunk and passing out in your own house on your private property is negligent and stupid, according to Dankyjabo. I hate this person. I hate you, Dankyjabo. The worst part is I was on your side when that fucking Lewis McClung the pirate was going after you. But I think you might actually be worse than him now. I hate both of you for the record. But after this, I think I might hate you a little bit more.
And flashing someone intentionally or unintentionally can absolutely be traumatic, and she does not deserve to bear witness to that. However, neither do the millions of children who inevitably ended up seeing that video that she posted. So
I love how the millions of children are an afterthought to this poor woman who had to see it. And she didn't have to, by the way. She didn't need to peek inside his house. But the children don't get to choose what TikTok feeds them when they swipe up, so they may have seen it by accident. She saw it on purpose. I can't believe he's downplaying showing adult genitalia to children.
So hopefully the trial goes fairly. A slap on the wrist seems fair to me. And I can only really wish her the best from here. You know, hopefully everything and every person involved in this situation.
I don't wish her the best or you. In fact, I'm going to pray for you, Dankyjabo. I'm not even a religious man, but I'll pray for you. I'm going to pray that all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else.
Genuinely improves and doesn't fuck up again. All that being said, though, thank you very much for watching. As always, hopefully you enjoyed. I certainly didn't. Be sure to subscribe. We're aiming for 300,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It would be great if we could reach that. And,
God, I hope he doesn't reach it. I hope he lose some.
Yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Oh, my God. All right. That one broke my brain. I absolutely can hate Dankyjabo. I hope this girl gets the book thrown at her. Mainly because people like him defend her, and I just, part of me knows. I know it. I know it in my fucking soul. That if this chick gets a slap on the wrist, or God forbid she gets off, she's going to see even a slap on the wrist as a win. And she's going to return to social media and play the victim card again. And fucking simps like him are going to come to her defense. And they're going to gas her up. And she might even make profit off of it. Off of showing an innocent man's genitals to millions of children on TikTok. I hope they throw the book at her. And I hope they lock her up. I hope they go full 90s on her and scare her straight. Because if you let her off, even with probation, unless the terms of those probation is that she's not allowed to post on social media for X amount of time, unless those are the terms, if she gets off on probation and then doesn't have those as those terms, she's just going to go home and talk about how she can't believe she got in trouble. They hurt the victim, and then she's probably going to start a GoFundMe, and they're going to fucking pay her, and she's going to fucking end up rich because she doesn't have a job. And oh, poor white woman, just like that white woman who called the little boy the N-word, and they gave her $500,000. I hate the internet. I hate people like Dankyjabo who fucking encourage this shit and add fuel to that fire. You want to talk about injustice? Those are the injustices, dude. The people who get rich for doing the wrong thing by playing the victim card because they're the right skin color and the right gender. And you're not even a white dude. So you defending it is blowing my mind even more. You're like Myron Gaines. You're like leftist Myron Gaines. If Myron Gaines was a fucking leftist, he'd be Dankyjabo. I'm done. I'm done. Oh my God. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Let me know in the video comments down below if you know who that YouTuber is whose name he refused to say. And if you want to catch these live streams, I do them every night at roughly midnight Eastern. The time's not set in stone, so make sure you follow my socials. If you're a VOD watcher, not every segment from the live streams makes it into these edited VODs, but thank you for watching this. But consider becoming a channel member, because channel members get access to full unedited VODs. For now, though, I'm out. Thanks for watching this one. And don't let the internet break your brain, guys. I'll see you in the next one.